21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey, Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protected by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-383-7733. That's 800-383-7733.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Water is water, right? Not when it's Evermore. Smooth-tasting Evermore water is Mother Nature's masterpiece. Evermore is natural artesian water. Maybe you want a healthier lifestyle, a high-end athlete who wants better hydration, or a parent who wants something healthier for their kids. You want Evermore. EVAMOR. Evermore. Available at great local retailers.
Now that it's cooler outside, this is the perfect time of year to get new windows, doors, and siding by calling me, Tommy, from Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. So set up your free quote today at GoTommys.com. That's GEAUX Tommys.com.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Friday, April 4th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 86. In hour one of today's show, we'll recap game one of LSU versus Oklahoma. We'll talk LSU Gymnastics as they kicked off their regional action last night, and we'll discuss some LSU football as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What is going on? Baton Rouge, what's happening, y'all? Hope everybody's having a great Friday. How about them Tigers? Big night for the Tigers last night on the baseball diamond and in the gym, and a lot more coming up this weekend. And we're going to get you ready for all of it on today's Off the Bench on 104.5 ESPN. We got the whole crew here, T-Bob, Jake, Alondra, Vieira, Allen, Taylor, Shopper, ready to take you through the next few hours of your life. Have some fun, talk some sports and nonsense and whatever else. Big day for Tay-Tay Nickelback coming up. Jake, what's going on, brother? How we feeling?
Feeling good. Last night, me and the whole crew, we went to Alec Box Stadium and watched U-High and Catholic.
Oh, how'd that go?
Play each other. I know Catholic won. I don't know the final score. It was 11-8 when we left, and it was the top of the seventh. But it was a lot of fun. How cool that our kids get to go to a school that they get to go play a game over in the box. I thought that was really cool. great fans from Catholic and U-High, like, so a ton of people there. There was a kid from U-High, and I heard he was a sophomore. I'll see if I can confirm that, but U-High was down like 8-3. I think it was going into the bottom of the fifth, and they score a couple runs. It's 8-5, 2 guys on, and this kid hits a bomb out of Alec Box Stadium.
In the box? Hell yeah, dude.
So, like, U-High didn't end up winning, but can you imagine going to school the next day as a sophomore when you hit a bomb in that stadium, like, to tie the game up?
That's fun.
It'd be hard for me to fit through the door.
That's objectively very cool. So I guess congrats to both teams. Although we are obviously biased, as me and Jake will be emceeing the Golden Gala tonight to raise some money for U-High. So if you are coming out to the gala, you better freaking bid on the auctions, okay?
Don't leave us up there just trying to search for a bid.
It's awful.
Make it easy.
I've been in those situations before. When it goes great, you have an adrenaline rush and you feel so good. You're like, wow, I raised all this money for a great cause. But I've also been up there hosting an auction when nobody bids on something. And then you got to, like, try to lower the price or just take it out completely.
Then you're calling out people you see in the crowd.
Yeah, it's a weird thing where it's I've never done stand-up, but I imagine the feeling is not too dissimilar from bombing and stand-up.
Yeah.
Because you just immediately start sweating. It makes everything feel a little awkward and frustrating. So if your ass is out there, get drunk, open up your wallet.
I don't know that.
Those are the 2 rules. And then dance. We have 3 rules for tonight. Get drunk, open up your wallet, and dance. It's going to be a great time.
I don't know if I've ever done like an actual auction like that was certainly
so happy
items
to have
like
someone
this.
up there with me.
So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I have a couple cold pops and I'm calling people out. Hey, Billy.
Yeah.
You got that new bass boat last week, Bo. I know you got it.
Exactly.
You know, something like that, because I'm going to turn real country if I start drinking.
So we're going to have some fun tonight. I'm kind of nervous about it. We're going to have fun, though. Alondra, how you doing, girl?
I'm doing good.
I mean,
T-Bone's going to be out there like John Michael Montgomery.
You're not nervous about it at all? Wait, so you're not nervous about it at all?
No.
That's interesting. I can't stop thinking about it. I've been thinking about it all week.
Why are you nervous about it?
I don't know. It's just I'm just nervous about it.
He's going to be out there like John Michael Montgomery.
Yeah, he is. She's nice. She's nice. I know.
Caitlin, last night, she was trying to make feel. She's like, oh, don't be nervous about it. I'm like, oh, thanks. Never thought about it that way. Huh.
Well, don't be nervous about it. You can train yourself to.
I mean, you've done stuff like this a million
excitement.
times.
It's the old Family Guy joke from one of the first ever episodes at a Super Bowl party. Peter shows up to Quagmire's house. Quagmire hands him a beer, and he's like, oh, I feel bad, Quagmire. I told Lois I wouldn't drink tonight. And he goes, oh, don't feel bad, Peter. He goes, oh, hey, I never thought about it that way. Thanks. And then he just gets hammered.
Well, don't be nervous.
Yeah, exactly. I feel great now. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, though, like, you're going to thrive.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Nerves are nerves, man. I don't know.
It's true.
Guess I just care. You know, it's tough. It's tough having so much care in my heart.
Yeah, my dad didn't allow me to have nerves growing up.
Wait, Alondra, I asked you how you're doing.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm excited.
You doing well? Are you going to the concert as well tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to be
Dude,
there.
the lineup.
Like,
they
all
were telling
day.
me before the show.
Yeah, I have to leave like right after the show.
Yeah, I was about to say, you look like you are dressed
I have to go
to
right
be in
after.
a field for a music festival all day long.
Yeah, it's very muddy out there too. So
Hell yeah. You going to wear boots?
probably just these these old Converse that I got on. Boots. I wore boots last year and it just was not ideal.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna be standing for a while.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I wore
probably not
boots
happening
Friday
tonight.
last year.
Well, I figured y'all would, since y'all are kind of working it. I figured
Taylor's
you're not. You're not. Alondra
You
is.
think Taylor's
I
working
figured
when
you would have
Nickelback's
some
here?
sit down spot where
Absolutely
maybe you
not.
could get off your feet.
They told me,
maybe
they
not.
said, Taylor, you cannot work shirtless. I was like, well, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's-
I mean, you can work and go see Nickelback at the same time.
Tay, how are we feeling here on the edge of the greatest day of your life? Chad Kroger's only a few hours.
He's going to be in
into
the
your
same
future.
I mean,
space.
I think you nailed it with the word edge. I'm excited, man. We are fired up here on this Friday morning. I told Alondra, like, T-Bob, it's late. It's gonna be late night. We have to bring out the big gun.
He
We
brought
got
out the
Nos
big
this
dog.
morning.
Let's go.
Let the big dog eat.
It's one of those days.
It's
I
a
mean,
family sort of day. He's gone straight fast and furious. He is loading his body up with nos already.
I'm a little. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm a little worried about myself because it's Friday, so I
Yep.
can't eat meat, so I can't like grab something before I go out there, and I don't know if they're gonna have like meatless stuff there. So like, if I'm gonna just be like slamming beers, no food.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm gonna have a good time though.
Just get some.
Drink like some proteiners, like a protein shake or
that's
something.
actually true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Greek restaurant on Walker.
But does it have like?
Just
no
get
meat?
some cold shrimp.
It's a chain. It's a chain.
Okay.
Just have a
My
Ziploc
man,
of
when you
cold
say
shrimp.
there's a
It's a
Greek
chain.
restaurant in Walker,
Hell yeah.
Guys,
immediately
it's
like-
it's an Albasha. Okay, it's a chain.
we've talked about porta potties already on this show,
Yeah,
okay?
yes, it's
Shout
an
out to Ross.
Albasha. It is a chain restaurant. It's not like some dude opened up
Well,
a double wide and
right.
was like, I'm going to make chicken shawarma.
Right, but the way you said it was kind of leading me in that direction. So I got a little
I was trying to
nervous.
think. I was like, we don't have a lot of meatless stuff out there. And I was like,
Lamb
you could
not
probably get
allowed?
one at,
No, it's.
I was like,
meat.
you
No.
could probably
Yeah.
get like a Greek salad.
Also, like Lamb of God. Come on.
Yeah, that's
What?
I got to think like lamb would be
I feel like
numero
that'd be
uno.
like the most.
What are you talking about? I don't know, guys. When the last time you've been to churches, but Jesus is pretty into eating himself. Like, I mean, that's what we do.
Well, he's not eating himself.
pretty often. We're
him.
eating him. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So lamb would. I don't know. I didn't know if there was a loophole. I'm not Catholic.
Gator. You can eat gator.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay, that feels somewhere weird. That's kind of a
All right.
loophole because that feels in between
Yeah.
So I guess
fish
it's like
and like
what is
meat.
it? Amphibian.
Interesting. A
Or no,
reptile.
it's a reptile.
Yeah, very interesting.
But it does live on water and land.
You know, just go to Rouse's, fill you up one of them seafood hot plates.
Yeah.
You'll be good to go. So if you're going out tonight, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Go have some fun.
Come find me and Tite.
Go find Alondra and Taylor. Although Taylor's off the clock, so if you talk to him, he's just not gonna respond because
No, that's actually not true. I'll
he's just
probably
gonna be
be
thinking
like
about Chad Kroger.
way more excited. Like, come chat with me. It's cool. I'll be easy to find.
So does this mean that you're going to have another NOS energy drink later in the day?
No, actually, normally one does it for me the whole day.
Really?
Yeah.
No crash.
No. That's why
Because
it's
we're
my-
very
guys,
worried.
That's why it's my favorite energy drink.
That woman died the other day.
Okay.
yeah.
Drinking
KK.
energy drinks.
I looked into this a little bit. She was drinking like 3 or 4 a day on top of coffee. Like,
That's crazy.
I'm like,
That's insanity.
I drink like 4 a week.
I cannot imagine how bad her body felt. Oh, it's so bad that it was like, we're done. I've had too much.
How do you not notice that your heart's like pumping
Because
super
I
hard,
guess her
though?
new normal is her heart just pumping super
Yeah.
hard.
I guess so.
Her
Yeah.
boyfriend said she would order a energy drink 4-pack and she'd get it like every 2 days. She would get a 4-pack every. She would order
How
one every
many
2
how many
days.
cups of coffee is too much?
I don't know, but it said 3.
Because I probably go 6 a
It
day.
said 3 energy drinks a day.
That's crazy.
And coffee. It didn't say how much coffee, but that seems like a
So
lot.
you should lower it to maybe 4.
No. Ain't-
Jake.
Can't
we
do it,
have-
won't do
we
it.
can't have you crashing just like on OTB.
My rhythm is I've been drinking this coffee, which is 20 ounces. So does that count as like maybe a little more than one?
Oh, I didn't even think about that aspect of it because I drink probably like 6 of these.
Yeah. So I drink one of these. Then I have a normal size coffee kind of midday. And then I've been doing a double shot of espresso at like 5.
Yeah.
So not maybe I don't think I'm in that girl's territory yet. I think you might still be beating me. I'm not sure. But I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. It sounds like we are, lubed up and ready for a great weekend. How about this? We go to break. When we get back, we get this thing started and break down and celebrate that incredible Tiger win and Cade Anderson performance from last night. If you want to get involved in the show, youtube.com/1045 ESPN. You get the like button. Come hang out with us. OTB. More next.
Off the bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, 925-8552. Centralplumbing.org. They the best, man. Okay? And they've been at it for 50 years. So how do you stand half a century? How do you stay open half a century, right? How do you grow to the point where you have this massive fleet that can handle 24/7 demands of an entire city? Well, you do this because your customers are consistently satisfied. You have licensed, bonded, and insured employees you can trust. You have flat rate pricing. You have excellent warranty once the work is done. It's not just repairs, but if you need any repairs, go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Yeah, 225-925-8552. That is that 24/7 emergency number. We always say it. Weekends, holidays, game day, does not matter. They can be there for you. And also know it's not just in Central. Like, we know the name, and they can help you in Central, but it's the greater Baton Rouge area. If you've got an issue, Central Plumbing's the fix, centralplumbing.org.
Expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best.
Tell your friends not to think out loud.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Let's go ahead and get this show started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
With the shortest waiting period in the industry, Tiger Labor makes it easy to transfer top talent onto your payroll quickly. Tiger Labor personally vets your workforce, solve all your staffing needs, whether short or long term. And remember, we're not just forwarding resumes to you, but interviewing and dispatching in person every morning at 5 a.m. Shout out Tiger Labor and Staffing. Shout out Cade Anderson. Are you freaking kidding me, man? Complete game shutout. The first time an LSU Tiger has done that since 2018 when A.J. Labus did it against Lamar. But guess what? This wasn't Lamar. This was Oklahoma on the road, a top 10 team in the entire country. This was Cade Anderson seeing Kyson Witherspoon on the other side. Cade Anderson hearing all the chat that Kyson Witherspoon had better numbers than him. This was Top Gun SEC Baseball Edition. Ace on ace. And who would win the dogfight? And my God, I'll be damned if Cade didn't find a way to fly better, fly quicker, and end up blasting Kyson in Oklahoma out of the sky by the end of this game. The rare college pitching duel. Something we do not see often, and it was absolutely fantastic. High tension, quick moving. What a treat. Game one from Cade Anderson. Unbelievable.
Can't wait to break it all down with Todd Walker later on, too. He was on the call of the game, and you just don't see these happen really ever. I mean, you mentioned A.J. Labus did it in 18. That was against Lamar. No disrespect to Lamar, but being on the road against Oklahoma, you're right. It's completely different. Yep. It's a top 10 baseball team. This is, a team that we talked about. You couldn't allow them to get on base because if you did, a single was going to turn into a double because of how many bags they've swiped so far this year. Jay Johnson came on yesterday. He's like, you know how you stop that? You don't let them on base.
Yeah, you get the first man
right?
out.
And so, Cade, I know he got in some trouble in the game at times, but he worked himself out of that trouble every single time. And to go to distance like that and to be as dominant, like it wasn't just he had a complete game, like the strikeouts as well. Like they could not pick him up.
14 Ks. And again, Jake's right. So the wildest part about it all is complete game shutout within the context of how the game started. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because in the first inning, Cade was sitting on 17 pitches with the bases loaded and only one out, with coming directly off of the worst start of his season last week. Yeah. So he didn't have it last week. He got touched up, right? And he enters this game, and it's a perfect series of events to make him feel insecure. And at this moment, when you was truly, this was a fight or flight moment. He's backed into the corner. He's in deep, deep trouble. One out, base loaded, sit on 17 pitches. Said, no, I'm coming out swinging. Back-to-back Ks. He ends up leaving the inning already sitting on 24 pitches. And then even the second, even the third, I want to say like 3 of the first 4 innings, guys found their way to base, but every time Cade was there to respond. And here's where it really blows my mind. Through 3 innings, sitting on 58 pitches, who in the world would have ever fathomed that he had 6 more innings left in him, or that he would lock in and end up retiring 16 of the last 17, retiring 12 in a row. I mean, my guy hit a flow state after surviving that early trouble, and Oklahoma was helpless. 14 Ks, 9 innings, 0 runs. Take a bow, Cade Anderson, a true ace in the skies.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, after the 3rd inning, you're not thinking that he's going to make it to the 6th inning, much less go out there and have a complete game. But it was the 4th inning, right? Only faced 3 batters. In the 5th inning, only faced 3 batters. In the 6th inning, only faced 4 batters, right? So, like, after that, he certainly did lock in. The defense played great behind him, and you needed it. I mean, you scored 2 runs. Like, you didn't have your best night at the plate. Certainly. I mean, some of your guys that you've counted on all season long, they were 0 for. I mean, your 3, 4, 5, and 6-hole hitters only combined for 1 hit.
Yeah.
I mean, so you had to have this kind of performance, and you're right. Like, it was a Top Gun matchup. It was ace on ace, and I'm not saying he had to go out there and strike out 14 complete game, but he damn near almost had to with the way that you didn't hit the ball.
Well, and I love it because me and Alondra were both tweeting out memorandums on Cade's night from the 7th inning on, but then it kept going. He kept showing back up the next inning. And it was this incredible high wire act where he knew he had no margin of error. As soon as somebody touched the bag, he was going to be taken out. And he refused to do so. I mean, how about the defensive play? That was in the 8th, right? I believe.
Well, he also had the one to close the game out.
Yeah, the one to close the game out was good. That was good too. But I'm talking about that weird little dribbler. Again, if anybody touches the bag, he is taken out of the game.
I think so, yeah.
Leadoff hitter, weird little dribbler, and he gets down there, scoops it, flips it up to his hand, and I mean really fires a fastball. Todd Walker said on the broadcast, if he doesn't throw that thing with speed, he doesn't get it. But he gets the out. He keeps himself in the game. And we all know how weird pitchers throwing to first can be. Maybe because he was just like, it's so just instinct reaction, didn't have time to overthink. I mean, what a defensive play to make sure that he helps protect himself. So, yeah, Cade Anderson, I mean, I'll never forget this performance probably ever, quite frankly. And I want to get to the bats as well. But before we do so, I'm sorry, we've been up here talking. What did you guys think about last night's game?
My in-laws got to see the bad part of me watching sports. Every time they show Jay Johnson on TV, I am yelling at him. I'm like, Jay, do not pull him out of this game. I know you're standing there with the junkie itch because of the pitch count. Please leave him in there. And Jay did the right thing, left him in there, and it was incredible.
Yeah, I mean, what do you get up to 130?
135, yeah, was his final.
It's whatever. He's a big boy. He can handle it.
Yeah, also, why are we acting like Nate Yeske and Jay Johnson don't know what they're doing?
Yeah, and don't know more than us. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And, Cade doesn't know how he feels. And I'm sure Jay was like, hey, you good to go? And Cade, if he feels good, he feels good. And I get, the motion part of it, but I'm sure, going out there and feeding off speeds instead of, just pumping fastballs in there the entire time might be a little easier on the shoulder than throwing fastball. But I don't know that part for sure.
Either.
But,
I think you nailed it.
Different pitchers should have different pitch counts.
Which we talked about yesterday, but
That's what I'm saying,
I think you nailed it when you said, at a certain point, you got to trust your guy.
Yeah.
And Cade Anderson wanted the rock.
If he didn't have it,
he was locked in. And the velo was down from 94 to 92, but the placement wasn't.
No.
I mean, he was dropping him in the bucket wherever he wanted, and he had them hitters fighting for their lives. So, he just rolled with his guy, dude.
Witherspoon threw 100 pitches in 6 innings on the other side.
Which, again, so I know that LSU did not hit well for average here or anything, but they did not strike out, right? It opened with 2 Ks, and then this is a good Hunt Palmer stat. Over the next 23, only struck out 2 more times. So did a good job of making Witherspoon work and then taking advantage. I mean, probably the stat of the night is LSU finishes 2 of 4 with runners in scoring position, and Oklahoma finishes 0 for 5.
Yeah.
Right? That's the difference in the game right there. One thing, too, that I love from an offensive perspective, I love the mirrored rhythm of the top of the lineup and Curiel and Bear Jones creating the first run. And, of course, Curiel did. I mean, it's just unreal. Consistent this guy is. But them coming up with a couple of big 2-out doubles. All hits were oppo, too, on the night as well. So very disciplined hitting. But a couple of 2-out doubles to produce a run. So that's at the top of the order. And then your second run comes from Hernandez and Stanfield down at the bottom of the order.
Love Stanny.
So there you go, a little 1 through 9 production. And it looked like those two were going to do it again after the incredible Braswell bunt, but unfortunately Stanfield just missed the call.
I love a bunt.
One
more thing.
So go ahead.
On the pitch count thing, they don't play till Friday, so he has 8 days.
Yeah, he's got an extra day.
So I don't have an issue with it at all.
No, I don't either. But again,
I actually love it.
That's more because
I love going out there and throwing a complete shutout game.
Yeah, I'm glad that at least he gave him the opportunity. Again, if anybody had gotten on base, it would have been taken out.
Yeah.
So Cade Anderson was firmly in control of his own destiny.
Yeah.
And how was he not proving to you that he needed to be out there?
Well, that's the thing. There's 3 or 4 people in the chat saying, well, 135 is just too many pitches. Well, he never got tired, so apparently it's not.
Right,
he threw a complete game shutout.
Are we just arbitrarily?
Why? Because it doesn't happen anymore. You know, often that used to happen.
Yeah.
130 pitches in a game.
If the pitcher and your coaches think it's fine to do it, then I'm going to trust the player and I'm going to trust the coaches that know what they're doing. Like Jay Johnson knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And I liked the squeeze call.
He had 2 of the best bullpen arms available.
Yeah,
right?
for the rest of the weekend.
And now you still do.
Right, and Zach's up. So, he had somebody to go to, but he felt like for his team to win, that was the best option.
Again, he was in such a rhythm. He had the Sooner lineup in such a chokehold. I don't know about y'all. I just kept assuming he was going to get taken out, and I was a bit terrified about what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because he was so locked in. I was like, is this going to be the classic? You have to take him out because the pitch count, and then immediately it's just going to fall apart, and you're going to blow this game. And you never even had to explore any of those alternate realities. And now you still have Casey Evans, you still have Zach Cowan.
I love that.
Ready to go. And you just got to get one more. You don't got to sweep. You just got to get one more. Find a way to get one more over the next couple of days. And this is an Oklahoma team where Kyson Witherspoon has been a real weapon for them. And so getting past him, I mean, couldn't be a more perfect start.
Well, but I also love that you still have Cowan and Evans on a road SEC game against a top 10 team. Because you saw last night, I mean, we won 2-0. It wasn't large margins that we won by. So
no.
I love that we
the
still
offense
have
is
Cowan.
coming though.
Yeah,
it's coming the rest
sure.
of the weekend.
Absolutely.
For sure. But
yes.
I
love having Cowan and Evans still.
Again,
because that's kind of what we talked about last week, right? Like they were pitching off a little bit because Anderson was pitching on Thursday, and we said, "Hey, great, you got the win, you needed it, but you had to use Cowan in that game. Like you rather would have not have. Like to Alondra's point, like you have your entire bullpen to work with the rest of the week."
Daniel Dorn says, F that, you put yourself in a situation where you should want to sweep. Yeah, I mean, look, you try to win every game. I'm not
But I'm not going to be upset if we don't.
It's not a must-sweep series is what T-Bub's trying to say.
Yeah, I'm just more setting fan expectation. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying the players go out there and be like, no, we only need one of two. No,
we already got the first two.
Yeah, no, like they're doing everything they can to win every single game. I just mean, for me personally, as a fan, what a great feeling to know now. And granted, you had a little bit of this against Texas Friday night, so maybe there's a little cynical PTSD about, can you this time find it? But I think, this team's grown from that.
Yeah.
And they continue to get better, and they have more resources available than you did that night. Man, what a game! What a fun night! We talked about how much we love a little Thursday night baseball. What a perfect night.
But I
of
also
Thursday
love,
night baseball.
Like a great pitching duel.
I know, and you don't get in college that often.
I love it. It's amazing.
It's so high tension.
Yes.
There's so little margin of
it's
error.
like Louder versus Skeens.
Yes, never forget it. So brisk, too.
Yeah. I know. There's people like all bundled up, and I was like, dang, how cold is it in Norman right now?
Yeah, wait, I was kind of wondering that, too, because like Milo had his mask on and everything.
I know, Jake Brown had one, too.
Was it like actually cold?
I know.
It's fun.
Well, didn't Jay, when we were on the phone, he said it was raining?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that means it has to be cold, but.
Oh, Puxatawny, man.
The high today in Norman, Oklahoma is like 54.
What? Oh, I guess this makes sense because like there's like crazy ass tornadoes.
Well, it's still like spring.
It's
too.
not.
Well, and there's like crazy ass tornadoes.
It
going on
doesn't look
everywhere.
like
So
it's
some
going to
cold
be
front must be
above
moving in.
70 until Wednesday.
Again, 2018, the last time we saw a complete game shutout, guys. Like really, I know how time works. That maybe we're not stopping to think, but that's 7 years. 7 years, and it was against Lamar. And Lang had one in 17. Do we know who that was against?
Man, I forgot, but no.
Because maybe that was like the last
it was
big
another,
time
like,
opponent.
Midweek.
Oh no, wasn't it midweek? I mean, I would love to know when the last like
conference,
conference, like weekend, like big time complete game shutout was. Maybe
it was
like Aaron
back
Nola or
in,
something.
No, I saw that one too. Hold on.
Like when the last conference complete game shutout is?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be willing to bet it's Aaron Nola.
That's what I was thinking too.
I have no idea though.
I mean, did Skeens not in a regional?
No, so
he
Tulane
had a
wasn't
complete
a shutout.
game, but not a shutout. Remember, he gave up that solo shot. Yeah, this is complete game shutout is the difference here. Because Skeens was the last complete game against Tulane in the region.
Okay, I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
I actually had beers with the kid that hit the home run on Skeens.
That's what I remember you saying
at the
that
lake house.
Yeah.
He was up there with one of my cousins, and it was such a funny conversation I had. He said Skeens was just like so terrifying up there on the mound. Looked like he's 10 feet tall, just coming downhill to kill you, and he just got lucky and like made contact, and so it flew out the park.
It is a little wild to me how different mindsets can be just in pitch count. And, over time, it's like, forever, like this is kind of what the norm was. And I was looking it up, like just in MLBs, like Roy Halladay threw 9 complete games in 2010. James Shields for the Rays threw 11 complete games in 2011. Like, of course, you can go back to Greg Maddux where he had multiple 7, 8, 9 times he did it. Like you go now and it's like the leaders every single year are 2, 3. Like, you don't have really anybody above 3 anymore since, 2011,
Bro,
where
starters in the
James
MLB
Shields
don't
threw
even go-
11 complete games in 1 year.
I feel like starters in the MLB don't even go over 4 anymore. I give you 4 innings, and then we just start the 1-inning brigade. Wait, so when was it,
So
Alondra?
the last one was in 2003, and it was NOLA. It was against Alabama. 2013. Sorry.
I'm about to say, what?
2013.
It's like
Sorry.
NOLA was here.
And
What?
it was
Yeah.
and it was Aaron Nola, and it was against Alabama. So he threw 10 strikeouts that night. Held him to 3 hits.
A dozen years ago. That's how long it's been since you witnessed what you witnessed last night.
Yeah.
Only Kate Anderson did it to the tune of 14 Ks.
Career high. Last
Man.
was 13 against Southeastern last year.
Unreal. When we get back here on Off the Bench, there's some LSU Gymnastics. Get to some big news for one of your favorite basketball players in the state as well. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Go to Boudreaux's Electrical. Boudreaux's Electrical, guys. If you want a Generac home generator, protect yourself for this storm season. Make sure your lights stay on, your food stays good, protect your family. You get that generator at Boudreaux's, man, and you're going to be treated like a VIP. We've been doing it since 1982. Family owned and operated. 24/7 monitoring. Make sure your system's good and ready to go. And doing whatever it takes to make sure as well. Hit a client had problems one time during the hurricane. They got out there in the eye of the hurricane, chopping down trees, made it to it, fixed them up, good to go. That's the level of service you get at Boudreaux's. Go to boudreauxelectrical.com.
When you go to the website, you'll see the contact information right there. If you want to get a free quote, you can do it on the website, top right corner, and just click on that, fill everything out. If you want to pick up the phone, give them a call, have a conversation about it. In North Shore, 985-397-1562. In Baton Rouge, 225-300-9389. More power, more protection.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
time, this place, misused, mistakes, too long, too late. Who was I to make you wait?
Welcome back to more sports talk with some other stuff mixed in. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Kyle Batson with a Bob Uecker major league level stat here. I'd be willing to bet this is the first complete game shutout on the road against a top 10 SEC team with the weather below 55 degrees and a crowd of less than 2,000 at night in LSU baseball history.
Gotta be.
Gotta be. Oh, okay, wait. Lang threw a complete game shutout against Auburn in 17? 118 pitches. Either way, the point is, it's awesome. These moments are singular, and they should be remembered. And as I said, like the same way that we remember those other performances, I'll remember last night forever.
Yeah, and now you set yourself up with an opportunity. You win one of the next two games, and that is the mission when you go to Norman. Would you like a sweep? Absolutely. Duh. But when you go on the road in the SEC, certainly against a top 10 team, you want to win the series. And now you've got literally every arm but Cade Anderson available.
Yep.
Right? So if you go out there, now I don't think this will happen, but maybe it will. You want to go out there, and if you wanted to use both of your best bullpen arms in the same game.
Yeah, if you just want to secure
maybe
the dub.
Maybe it's 2-1.
Yeah.
Right? And for whatever reason, Einstein only makes it to the 5th, and you want to go Cowan until the 8th, and then here comes Evans in the 8th and the 9th. That would secure the series win. So everything's on the table. You have everything available, and that's another big reason why I'm so massive that Cade did what he did last night.
So great job by the Tigers and Cade Anderson. Again, I know Anderson's obviously the highlight, but I do like what the Bats are able to do against a damn good pitcher in finding ways to scratch a couple across, take quality at bats even when they were getting out. Speaking of quality, how about your LSU gymnastics team advancing to the regional final? Another 198, ends up with a 198-1. Remember, that's that magic number. You're hitting 198, you're going to be very tough to beat at any given meet. And last night is no different, as it was LSU, Arkansas, Michigan, and Maryland. LSU ends up dominating 198-1, Arkansas 197-5, Michigan 197, and then Maryland all the way down at 196, right? So this team is just different. And now they advance to the regional final. It's going to be LSU, Arkansas, Michigan State, and Kentucky. That'll be 4 p.m. on Saturday, and the top two teams from there will advance to the NCAA semifinal on April 17th. The National Championship Gymnastics is an absolute grind, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it is not just, everybody go on the same night and, oh, you had the best night, you won. I mean, you got to consistently win, right? You got to go top two here. You got to go top two next on Saturday. If you make it past that, you got to go top two in that semi, and then you got to win it when you get all the way down to that final four, or final 8, excuse me.
So to your point, it is a grind. And, I mean, it is in other sports, too. And we talk about a baseball, softball, regional, super regional, Omaha in itself, and Oklahoma City for softball. That is a grind as well. But gymnastics is a little different because multiple teams advance in some of these rounds. And, like, sometimes you're trying to do your best. That's the obvious. But sometimes it's like, okay, well, do we save this situation for here? And it's a little risky. But it's like, do we go full bore? It's almost like conference tournaments a little bit, like in hoops. And we have Coach Mulkey on. She'll be like, yeah, we want to win, but like we want to be smart as well. And it kind of feels like that's what the first opening round of the gymnastics postseason is.
And yet this LSU team is just so consistent that they don't have to like overstretch that hard to put up a score like this. It's and I loved hearing Jay Clark's comments after the meet where he's been talking to his team a ton about like joy and intensity and how those things sound like they're opposite, but they're really just the same emotion kind of viewed in different ways, and to approach this entire process with joy and intensity. Do not be afraid of failure. It's okay to be nervous and whatnot. That's completely natural, right? But when you get up there, do what you do. Be locked in. Be joyful in that intensity and benefit. And, well, there you go. They're doing just that. So they advance, again, this Saturday, 4 p.m., LSU, Arkansas, Michigan State, and Kentucky will compete to advance to April 17th. I believe this is where Oklahoma got tripped up last year. I want to say a regional final. So, again, you got to be locked in every day. It's always lurking around the corner, but I believe in this LSU gymnastics squad. They're incredible. Hey, guys, remember about Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. I actually got my labs drawn up there at Goodwood yesterday. Had a great consultation, learned about all the different treatments that they offer. I mean, it was very interesting exploring the HRT stuff, the hormone replacement, testosterone, because it's something that I did many, many, many years ago, basically a decade ago at this point, for a little bit, but then I ended up getting off it. At the time, to be completely honest, I was a bit nervous about like long-term studies and long-term effects and whatnot. Well, come to find out, we actually have those trials now. Like we know now with another decade of data, we're learning more and more that this stuff's actually pretty good for you, right? And there's not as much risk as was thought originally. And almost like, so again, go to Goodwood, set up your consultation, and get your labs done, see what your body is telling them, and they can put together a custom package to get you where you want to be. And there's a lot of different options, guys. I did ask about the penile enhancement as well. So if you're into that, you should also.
He really did. He gave us a full report.
I did want to shout out my girl Mimi. She's the one that drew my blood, and she got that vein first time. It can be hard sometimes, and she nailed it. Shout out Mimi.
Hard on the white roach to get that vein the first time.
It is, and it has been traditionally in the past.
Wait, sorry, I tuned out for a second. Did you get the penile enhancement that we talked about?
I didn't know.
Okay. I thought you were going to do it.
He asked about it.
Yeah,
I did
you said
ask
you
about
wanted to do it.
I did ask. Okay. That's not true. I don't.
You were like, I'm feeling a little, and we encouraged you. We said, go ahead.
You know what? I'm not even going to, you know what? I think, guys,
we said, if there's a problem, you can get an answer at Goodwood. Why would you not?
Right.
If you
and
want
if you're going to do it anywhere, do it at
too
Goodwood.
many. There was too many people there. They didn't want like T-Bob. A-Bear?
No, it was actually,
do we have an A-Bear 230 penile enhancement? T-Bob's like, I don't know who that is.
It was actually a very private, very, they bring you in a very comfortable little side room, great chair to sit in. It was excellent. Shout out Gabe.
Okay.
You know what, though? I don't care, because what do I tell people every day? We're done being embarrassed. We're going to reach our full potential, our full penile potential. And if you want to do that, you go see Goodwood today, and they get you right.
Chad Johnson did it.
So what he did is different from what they offer. It sounds like he got like the straight surgery almost. I don't know what Chad Johnson did exactly.
Should put it in taffy puller.
Oh my gosh. Just stretch that thing out like a piece of silly putty. Just all filamenty. I don't know. When we get back, when we get back, big news about a superstar staying in the boot. Keep it locked. OTB.
Off the bench.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. You get into an accident, Gordon McCurdy Injury Attorney's there for you. Okay, and you need someone to stick up for you, because these insurance companies, kind of funny how that works, right? Yep. You give them all that money and everything else, but when it's time for them to pay up, all of a sudden, that wallet tightens a little bit, huh? Try to reach in there, bear trap closes on your hand. Well, guess what? That's where Gordon comes in. He's going to open up that bear trap. GetGordon.com. Follow him on social media at GetGordon.
Go to getgordon.com, like T said, and you can do it all. See what they can do for you in the courtroom. See what they've already done with past clients in the courtroom. And it is your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute.
It was 1989, my thoughts were short, my hair was long.
Welcome to the 7th ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yeah. Happening, y'all. Welcome back. OTB. Wrapping up hour one. How about it? Flage sticking around. Deciding to forego the 2025 NBA or WNBA draft. Look, of course, right? You're making it. There's been a very interesting development in athletics where, and this is on the women's side of the game, especially. Look, we talk about it all the time in modern college athletics. Emotional buy-in becomes economic buy-in, right? Where there are emotions, money will follow. Just frankly, there are more emotions, Jake, for these schools than there are for these WNBA franchises.
Yes.
I'm not saying there aren't successful WNBA franchises, because they are. And here we go. Now that we've even mentioned it, like Q, all the chat being like, if you are thinking about typing one of these WNBA takes, just how about this instead? I want you to think about what you were going to say, and then I want you to close your eyes and visualize shoving it up your ass, because that's how little I care about it. Like, I could not care less. Anyway, I guess I could care less because it makes me angry even thinking about you. The overall point, though, here is, frankly, there's more emotion for these schools than there are these teams. So there's more money in remaining in college. And Flage's killing it. I guess technically she'd enter the portal or something. I don't. I think that'd be crazy, right? I think Flage going to be back here in Baton Rouge, third-team All-American, and like look at the growth in her game, right? Always a great defender. This year came online as a great scorer. Like if she takes a leap in the same way she has these first few years, she is going to be completely unstoppable next season.
Yeah, you couldn't watch the NCAA tournament without seeing a commercial with Flage on it. Like she is one of the faces of college basketball and going to continue to be so. And she's not the only one who has made a decision like this. Olivia Miles from Notre Dame, she was going to be the number 2 pick in the WNBA draft. And she said, no, I'm actually going to enter the transfer portal. And I am not going to go to the WNBA. I'm going to stay here for my last year of eligibility. And so this is going to happen across the board. Your top-tier NCAA players right now are making over $1 million in NIL. And for the WNBA, like I know, to your point that you were talking about, people are going to start throwing it out there, like $75,000 is the salary there. But I think it does go much deeper than that. You've got all these sold-out arenas, like when Flage and them are out there playing, and you've got all this, earned attention, and you have all these different opportunities. Like, why would you rush to get away from any of that? So I don't fault them for making this decision at all. Honestly, it's going to happen across multiple sports. It ain't going to just be women's basketball. We're seeing it in men's basketball.
Yeah.
Players staying longer. We're seeing guys come to campus in college baseball that would never come to campus.
Yeah, it's like look at Carson Beck, right? I mean, granted he had the injury and everything, but he made more money.
And Garrett Nussmeier, he can come back, and it makes sense for him to come back. He could have very easily gone into this NFL draft and in a weak quarterback class, been one of the top quarterbacks already off the board, in my opinion. But now you have the ability to come back, and you can make it worth your while, and you have protection as well.
Also, there's that new Unrivaled league, that 3-on-3 league that they're doing down in Miami, which is made mainly for like online entertainment that seems to be doing well financially. And Flage's already signed a deal there for whenever she does go pro. She's got an equity deal in it as well. So, like, they're coming up with creative avenues to create more economy for these women where you don't have to go play overseas, where there's more of a professional scene. So, very exciting news if you're a Tiger fan. Nookie says, # extracts all my WNBA failure facts from the deep reaches of my ass. Yeah, you were one of the ones I was talking about. I know you were sitting there just waiting to spout off whatever bullet points you got. Keep them up there. I don't want to see them. Put that back in there. Come here. Put that back in there, boy.
Keister
that thing. Hour 2 next.
Off the bench.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Right now, they're giving up to $250 towards your deductible when you mention our name. So if you need any body work done, go to the best body shop in town right there on Airline at Goodwood.
T-Bob, Hester, Team OTB, and our boy Aaron's going to hook you up at All-Star Toyota.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Friday, April 4th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 86. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll talk some draft. We'll talk a former LSU Tiger getting into a bit of trouble. And we will talk another basketball transfer out of the portal for Matt McMahon. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, 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 yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Ba, 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 ba.
Easy, Ja.
Ba, ba. I'm doing finger guns at Tay-Tay. How about John Morant? I freaking love it. 2 nights ago, does finger guns against the Warriors, gets a technical, gets a stern warning from the NBA, and then last night, in the first quarter, hits a 3 and does the finger guns on the way back. Just a big middle finger to the NBA. And then he closes out the night hitting the game winner right in front of a Bella Danger. Legendary performance from Ja Morant. Ba, ba, ba.
I thought you were about to say legendary performer.
True.
I thought that's where you were going with
True
that.
on both counts. One of the GOATs. A couple of GOATs chopping it up. I mean, what I do love, in all seriousness, the Ja Morant doing it again immediately the next night is absolutely him being like, what you gonna do, NBA? Do some.
Yeah.
Because I see people do something, make me it make me the bad guy. It's weird because if they do something, they're kind of playing into his hands. Because a lot of people pointed out that a lot of people have done finger guns, but because of Ja's past, obviously, they kind of made a bigger deal out of it this time. Just a wild, rebellious situation from Ja.
I still can't believe they suspended the dude 25 games. I just still can't believe that.
In what way?
I just thought that was a
Do
little.
you think it's because of the Instagram
I thought
Live?
that was incredibly excessive.
Okay. I mean,
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but do you think it's because of the
it's
Instagram Live?
It's definitely because of his actual firearm-related incidences in the past.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Like I get it, but he posted a picture with a firearm on Instagram.
I mean, I still think it was a bit. I still think I get why the NBA did it, but I don't know what they're gonna do here. Because
they should do nothing like they did last time.
I mean, I kind of agree they should do nothing, but this is absolutely him thumbing his nose. This is like the scene in Breakfast Club. You want another one? Another detention? Yeah, whatever. Like, just going back and forth, just stacking him. He doesn't care. It's this big high school rebel vibes from John.
Well, did you hear the NBA's excuse? Like the reasoning for like warning him the first time? They're like, we didn't view it as like violent. We just thought it was inappropriate. I'm like, okay, well then what was inappropriate about it if you didn't think that it encouraged violence?
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
I don't get that.
Yeah, they're kind of trying to have their cake and eat it too, a little bit there. Either way, I'm excited to watch it play out, but that was just a very Mad Lib sort of moment with him finishing that shot in front of Bell Danger immediately after doing that in the first quarter. Also, doing it in the first quarter is pretty diabolical. Like a first quarter three when the Grizzlies have been sucking lately. It could have all gone very wrong, and yet it did not. It did not.
I think it's a perfect transition into his former college coach getting another player out of the portal.
Yes. But before we talk about that, let's talk about Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Go Tommy's.com. You want Hardy Plating, Vinyl Siding, wood or vinyl windows, any type of door. You want to go with Tommy's? We get energy-efficient options that save money over time, right? So kind of pay for themselves over time. Lifetime warranties on these as well. Remember, though, if you have a beard and you want to take your beard to the next level, our guy Tommy, on top of having 30 years in this game, right, an expert, former Golden Band from Tigerland member, he has a stunning beard. And if you want to take your beard to the next level, you want to be free of the chains that society wants to wrap around you, you want the most elite local beard products you can get, you want to go to gobearded.com, Geaux bearded.com, and get those products that finally help you live free. Tay, you need to go to gobearded.com and try to grow a beard. Okay? We have some products that could potentially help you. Go Tommy's, go Bearded. Yes, so John Moran's former college coach, now your LSU basketball coach, Matt McMahon, and Matt McMahon has added Max McKinnon, a Portland Wings 6'6" Aussie, who shot 41% from three last year, averaged 14 points a game, 89% from the free throw shoot. Bop, bop, bop. That's a sniper, boys. Got ourselves an Australian sharpshooter. Hell yeah.
Let's throw it to
Where's
our LSU basketball expert over here, a little correspondent, Taylor Sharp.
I like the signing. You needed 3-point shooting bad this last year. I mean, really outside of Cam Carter, you didn't have that. This guy shot 41% last year, and he's putting together a nice team. I mean, you look at what he's got coming back. It's not a ton, but Jalen Reed's coming back. As of right now, Robert Miller is still on this team. Then you got Michael Nwoku from Mississippi State. I mean, that's 3 quality post players right there. Damian Collins, as of now, not in the transfer portal. That's another guy that you can play in the post. You were bad there a year ago. Now you needed shooting. And good news, I found this out, T-Bob. The Thomas guy, we couldn't figure out how to say his first name.
Yeah.
He's a junior, and he goes by DJ, so we're going to call him DJ Thomas. So that's a lot better. So you got DJ Thomas.
I don't remember who we were talking about. What was his actual name?
It was like Didon.
Didon? Oh, Didon. Yeah.
But he goes by DJ, so we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you got Rashad King. So this is your 4th transfer. 247 Sports has this as a top 3 transfer portal class right now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So, if you two, like me, just tend to stop listening when Taylor starts talking, all you need to know, I'm just kidding, Taylor. That was a great breakdown for real, and I did appreciate it. But as he ended with there, like, sometimes the easiest way to prove something is just to be like, well, 247 right now has this ranked as the number 2 portal class in the country. You trail only Louisville. So, promises made in terms of committing more resources, committing and getting better through the portal, and thus far, promises delivered. Look, 6'6", 41% from 3 will play anywhere. I feel like I saw Dick Condon being, like, sarcastic about this online this morning, which surprised me because I know Dick, like, legitimately loves LSU basketball almost more than anyone. This is somebody who rode in a bed of a truck to go to the Final Four in Philly back in the day. But this seems like a perfect pickup.
I get it. A lot of people are down on McMahon, and I understand that, right? Like, you look at McMahon's overall record, his conference record, it's not good enough. But you can't not be excited about this. You can't not look at this and say, oh, well, this is certainly trending in the right direction, because it is. And is it going to work out on the court? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But, like, you're in a better spot now than you were a week ago.
Absolutely.
You're in a better spot a week ago than you were 2 weeks before that. So, like, you got to build on it.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that people realize how good the West Coast Conference really is. A lot of people just assume it's Gonzaga and everybody else. That's just not the case. Gonzaga makes a tournament every year. St. Mary's makes a tournament every year. San Francisco was really good this year. That's where Todd Golden came from before he was at Florida. Like, he brought that program
They were in the
back.
tournament when he was there, right?
Yes. I mean, so for years, BYU, until they went to the Big 12, they were in the conference. Washington State, Oregon State were both in the conference in basketball this year. It's a good basketball conference. And so, like, his stats don't allow it to be like, oh, he played in this non-major West Coast conference. It's a good basketball league, and so his numbers are legit.
Yeah, that's a good point. Also, look, it's only going to get more competitive. It's only going to get more expensive. So I don't think we ended up getting to it yesterday. But remember, Chris Beard, all of a sudden a couple of days ago, rumored that A&M was going to pay him $7 million a year to go be the head coach. The funniest part is later reporting claims that it was Beard's camp that reached out to A&M and was like, hey, we love the state of Texas. Like, we really want to get back, blah, blah, blah. And it looks like he played him a bit like a fiddle, because what it resulted in was Ole Miss coming back and saying, okay, well, we will pay you more. You got a 6-year extension. And we are now committing to making or to increasing the NIL fund to the point where Ole Miss reportedly now is going to be top 4 in the SEC in NIL money spent on basketball. So it is a weird thing where LSU is doing great work right now, but it's a long road and there's a lot. Well, it can't be, I mean, maybe not timeline-wise, it's not a long road because you can, you want to hyper-accelerate the process. Like, the expectations are going to be good immediately. Look at Mizzou 2 years ago versus last year. But it's an expensive road. That's only going to get more expensive. But thus far, it looks like they're playing. They're playing the game. And will they continue to do so? Can they? And then can Matt McMahon, if you give him, like, if you finish with the number 2 class somewhere around there, and so we think objectively, okay, you have the talent, that's when we can finally judge Matt McMahon kind of based on his own merits of the actual basketball coaching side of the equation.
You got to do what they're doing right now. It's got to even continue to go up.
Yep.
There is well over 1,700 players in the basketball transfer portal. So you've gotten 4 of them. Some of your players are currently in the portal. They have not made their decision where they're going to go next. Maybe some of those players could come back. Probably not. It's usually not how the basketball transfer portal works, but you still have work to do. You still can add to this roster. So hopefully LSU is not done and we see a couple more names.
All right, more OTB. Let's talk some Saints when we get back.
Off the bench.
Go to Pelican Roofing. PelicanRoof.com is a great website where you can take advantage of a bunch of great tools that Pelican Roof offers you. First off, you can look at some of the 500 5-star reviews that they have, but then you can also use the Instant Quote tool where you put in your address, use satellite imagery to, what type of review and everything else, and give you a ballpark quote. Or if you want to talk to somebody, you can text them right there from the website, or you You can just give your name, email, phone, address, a quick blurb about how they can assist you, and you'll get your free estimate. That way, there's a million different ways to do this. There's a reason why this company that George Boudreaux and Nathan Rath started has been so successful, and it's because the customer has a complete focus and attention to detail at every step of the process, from answering the phones through cleanup. Go to PelicanRoof.com.
Yeah, look, you should believe us, but even if you don't, when you go to the website, it's going to have actual reviews right there on the homepage of the website. Brand new website, looks incredible, PelicanRoof.com.
Baton Rouge is home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com. Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick aside without a sense of feeling. And this is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of what I really
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Are you ready?
He said sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess
Canadian.
that. Yeah, Canadian. Use it to, but the inflection also allows him to rhyme it with story.
Yeah, I mean, Mansion in Wisconsin can rhyme if you say it right.
Mansion in Wisconsin.
Don't let him play this song tonight.
Oh, they're going to play this song tonight.
With this song.
I mean, surely Nickelback will play.
I know, I'm just
all
saying
the big
that
hits.
as
No,
like-
I'm asking though, because
No,
maybe
no.
you know,
I'm
maybe
sure
they
they
won't.
would.
And also, if you look at the schedule, like,
You gotta play the hits.
You know, sometimes at festivals, like you'll have 10 acts and they all go like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
There's
Nickelback's
like an
scheduled
hour
for an
and a
hour and a
half.
half.
Let's go.
So like it's like a full.
Dude,
It's like a full
actually
set.
gonna be so sick.
Yeah, it's a full set.
Rock the country, baby. Get out there tonight. Say what's up to Alondra.
Say sorry.
Say sorry.
Yeah, say what's up to me and Tay-Tay.
Yeah.
I don't know if Tay-Tay's going to want to link up with me when we're there, but...
Nah.
I don't know if he wants you to see him in his element.
Who are you going with besides Victoria, or is it just a little date?
No, my sister and brother-in-law.
Okay, cool.
My sister, 2 years older than me, same household. She was obviously a big Nickelback fan as well.
Hell yes.
So we were going.
Hell yes. Oh, man, what was I going to say? Oh, also, Hogs for the Cause tonight. So if you're going out there, have fun, raise some money for a great cause. Again, we're hosting the gala, so I cannot be there tonight, but I'm with y'all in spirit. One day I'll have served my Hogs for the Cause suspension.
I don't think you'll ever.
In all honesty, my wife did want to go back on Saturday. I just don't know if we're gonna do it because Friday's like the big party night.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're gonna do it Saturday, but everybody's going out there, have fun, raise money for a good cause. Good weekend, man. Good week. We got LSU softball cranking up this weekend in Tiger Park, trying to beat those damn dirty bastards, the Crimson Tide. Got LSU Gymnastics hitting the way on Saturday. What time's game 2 night? Like 6 p.m.?
Yep.
There we go. In a high school stadium. Matt says going to Hogs tomorrow. Zach Top and Charlie Crockett.
They're
you go.
both great. Good. I love Charlie Crockett and Zach Top, but Charlie Crockett's underrated.
I don't know either of them, but
we've played Zach Top a few times.
Just based on name alone, I feel like they're more real country and less pop country.
Oh, dude, Zach Top's
is like real country.
Yeah, good.
He's like throwing it back to the 90s kind of thing.
He's the one we were talking about the other day. He's got like the blonde hair, and so people wanted to start the rumor that like his dad was Alan Jackson. Remember, we had this whole discussion.
He has brown hair, but like it was like Alan Jackson conspiracy theory. Like he was touring in Washington at the same time that
Which
Zach
one
Top.
do you believe more? That Alan Jackson is Zach Top's dad, or that Michael Jordan is Anthony Edwards' dad?
Jordan and Edwards, yeah.
I think I'm going to go Alan Jackson on this one.
Bro, the Jordan Edwards one gets me because they really do look so similar.
Yeah.
They look more alike, but I don't know. I feel like Aunt Juan's a little too much to be related to Mike.
I would like Trinity River by Charlie Crockett. What do you think? True or
I think
false?
I think you would like Charlie Crockett.
Okay.
Jake, I don't know if you know Charlie, but you would like him too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. But Zach Top is one of those people that kind of blew up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago that he was playing small venues.
Yeah. He just was at the Texas Club last year.
Yeah.
And
well, once he changed his name, that was big because when he was Jack Bottom, nothing was working out for him.
You're right. It's just not as great as a name as Zach Top is.
No, it's easy to make jokes about Jack Bottom.
Yes. More dominant position.
Yeah.
Shout out Zach Top. I'll try him out. For sure. Dirty Little River. Is that? It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Okay. New Orleans Saints. Ross Jackson has an excellent piece up on LouisianaSports.net right now, where he is talking about, instead of picks that these Saints should make at 9, picks that these Saints should avoid at 9. And, well, imagine this. It's 2 talented but not productive pass rushers that he highlights here, and that is Georgia defender Mikhail Williams and Texas A&M pass rusher Shamar Stewart. And, look, both of these guys are athletic freaks. Shamar Stewart especially took the combine and just absolutely dominated it. Insane height and weight, insane 40s, insane everything. Jumps, everything. But 4.5 sacks in 3 years in college. Granted, Mikhail Williams has been more productive, but 4.5 year 1, 4.5 year 2, 5 in year 3. And here's where it gets a bit odd, is that like Josh Allen, Danielle Hunter is the guy to highlight here that you can always point to if you want to make one of these picks, right? Because Danielle Hunter didn't get any sacks in college, but was that same physical freak, dominated combat, all that other stuff. And now he's made himself into literally one of the best pass rushers of all time in the NFL. But context matters. And that's where I think you cannot avoid. If you were a better team with a better track record of this, I would allow you to go get Mikhail Williams or Shamar Stewart. But given your misses, and your misses specifically in trying to find that pass rusher. Also, with the added context, if you let Trey Hendrickson leave, guys, guy who leads the NFL in sacks over the last couple of years, you had him, you drafted him. So, given your record, you cannot take the risk of drafting a high potential pass rusher. And I don't care who's it, Mike Green from Marshall as well, small school. No, now he was very productive, but small school, no. I don't want a pass rusher at 9. I don't want that the bottom line.
That's exactly where I was going to go, T-Bob. Look, I'm not even saying that you don't need a pass rusher. I get it because Cam Jordan's older, because Carl Granderson's older. I understand, and Isaiah Foskey didn't work out. I do understand that, but I still think you can get enough production from those players. You just signed Chase Young to a big deal. Like, that's an edge rusher. How many resources do you plan on putting on the defensive line? Yeah. Brian Brzee, first-round pick. I mean, you traded for a defensive lineman here in this free agency cycle. You re-signed players on that position. You've spent enough time on the defensive line. You have got to go playmaker. You have to. Brandon Cooks, sure, it's a nice additional piece. But if you think signing Brandon Cooks is going to be the difference maker on offense, you were fooling yourself. He can be a piece of the puzzle. He's not going to finish the puzzle. You have to either go tight end, receiver, running back. You need some juice offensively with a weapon for a quarterback that cannot do it by himself. He needs all the help that you can give him.
I think the one defender I may be down for would be Mason Graham. But again,
Mason Graham's worth the 9th overall pick, no doubt about it. Any draft, like he would be a top 10 pick. You can place him in any draft. Doesn't matter. He's a top 10 pick. But again, you've traded for a player at that position. Brian Brzee was a first-round pick at that position. You've got so many resources tied into that position. Do you think that adding a Mason Graham would be a game changer enough with what you have offensively? I do not.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's completely fair. Maybe this is only a world in which like Genty, Warren, and McMillan are all off the board. Even though I don't know McMillan, I'm a little freaked out by that. Not like no what.
There's a lot of people. So we have, Rhett, who came on here last week, but Rhett comes on with us every week for an hour and talks nothing but draft.
Yeah.
And he said it's freaked every team out.
Yeah, that's so crazy. And I know you may be sitting there and saying like, I mean, is that an overreaction? Like, what are you talking about? But that was it felt like a Project Veritas video. Like that was a very honest moment from McMillan. And I don't know that's something that you can just change. Can you learn to love it? Can you learn to want to watch it? Now, granted, there are guys who have been like Arian Foster, very famously, never really liked watching like football casually or anything.
Running back, you can get away with it a little bit more.
Willing to do what he needed to do in order to be successful, but
And Arian was a more of a first and second down running back than he was a third down. At the running back position, tape is a third down situation. Like you can't be a third down back and not watch tape. If you can get away with it at any position, I would say running back is the spot. You can't at receiver. They disguise too many coverages. There's too many things that you have to, on the fly, adjust to. I'm not saying he doesn't. I caught up with him at the Super Bowl. I thought he was a great young man. Enjoyed our conversation. But a lot of people are questioning with Tedero McMillan, like, okay, what did you really have to do at Arizona? Did you get away with everything at Arizona? Were they trying to keep you happy so much that you didn't go in the portal that you didn't have to do the things that everybody else had to do?
So you're saying there's stories floating around about that?
Your quarterback was your quarterback basically your entire life.
Yeah.
Right? And so, how much...
Did they play like before Arizona together? Okay.
Yes. How much of that was, y'all's rapport because you just literally played with each other all growing up in college?
True.
So there's a lot of questions. Do I think that Tedero is going to be a good player in the NFL? I still do, but I understand why there's some teams that are like not in the top 10. We are not going to use a top 10 pick. And so for the Saints, like if Tyler Warren's there, how intriguing is that going to be to them? Could Matthew Golden from Texas dominated the college football playoff? Nobody could cover him. Like, is he going to find his way into the top 10? Is he different enough from the receivers that you have in Olave, Shaheed, and Brandon Cooks in his size? He's more in kind of their mold than Tedero McMillan. So,
I mean, like, if you were telling me I had a choice between the receivers, I still would probably go McMillan.
Yeah.
Because of that, because of the physical difference.
It sounds like Genty's going to go 6 overall to the Raiders.
So that's starting to become more and more clear.
Their GM basically is like, I can't come home to my son if we don't select him 6th overall.
So they let Josh Jacobs walk, and then they're like, I mean, maybe Genty ends up being better than Jacobs, but didn't Josh Jacobs lead the league in rushing?
And had
they
another
let him
solid
walk?
year this year.
Interesting.
Well, a lot of people were wondering, could they still go Shedeur because Geno only had 1 year left? They reached a $75 million extension yesterday.
Yeah, how about that?
I mean, they're not taking Shedeur Sanders.
Good for Geno. So, again, at the end of this, I agree with Ross's original premise. I really just don't want a pass rusher.
I don't think you need. I think that would be a bad move for the Saints, regardless of who it is.
I would keep the door cracked for Mason Graham. I'm not going to close myself off completely. But I do agree with Jake that it feels like this needs to be an offensive pick here and a difference maker, a skill position pick as well. We'll continue to break it down, though, as we get closer to the draft. All right, when we get back, more OTB. We got Todd Walker coming up next.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. They're located off the airline in Goodwood, very conveniently located. You can go to the website, though, and you can explore the inventory by make and model, by budget, by keyword. See exactly what they can offer. You can actually order a vehicle right there from the website, All-Star Toyota Express, if you would like to do so. Check out the great deals they got going on and promotions. Or just go see them. Remember, if you need a body shop or a service center, they're open to all makes and models. Doesn't have to be All-Star, doesn't have to be Toyota. You mentioned OTB, you get $250 towards that deductible. Go to All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com today.
When you go to the website, remember what you're buying new, what you're leasing, what you're renting. Everything is available. So spring break coming up for a bunch of us here in a couple of weeks. Go ahead and reserve that vehicle. Or if you're planning ahead and you got a summer vacation already ready to go, you can go ahead and reserve that vehicle there as well. Do it all on the website. Go there today, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always. No paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
living my life in a slow hell. Different girl every night.
Back from the break, where the sports talk gets real. Kinda. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. And right now, we are so lucky to be joined by the legend himself, Mr. Todd Walker, on the call last night, talking about some big old bastards he played with back in the day. Todd, what's up, man? Thank you so much for joining us.
How in the world do you have that much energy at 8:30 in the morning, man?
A lot of coffee, and been, just got used to it over time, man. How we feel? What a performance last night, Todd. And obviously, I do want to pick your brain about LSU's approach to the plate and the offensive side of the game, which is going to be a bit unheralded on a night last night. But I still think has some really solid elements. But you got to start the conversation with Cade Anderson. And as y'all rightfully pointed out, it's not just a complete game shutout, but it's in the context of him looking like he was going to get pulled after that, potentially in that first inning.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a threat of him getting pulled, because you got to remember, you got 2 more games. So you want your ace to last, even if he gives up like last week where he went into the 5th, gave up 5 runs against Mississippi State. You're going to leave him out there just for the fact that you want to save some bullpen. But he did get in trouble in the first. 1 out, bases loaded. He had given up the 2 base hits. One was a shift error, and then the other one was a walk. And that's when Nate Yeskie went out and talked to him, calmed him down a little bit. And from that moment on to the end of the game, I mean, he was electric. Struck out the next 2 to end the first, struck out the first 2 to start the second, and ended up, 14 strikeouts, only the 2 walks. He was who he was. I mean, he's one of the best in the league with the strikeout to walk ratio, where he's got 6-to-1 strikeouts to walks, which is incredible. Kyson Witherspoon on the other side was just as good. I mean, he's one of the best in the league as well. And when we talk about the offense of LSU, they just battled that guy, and it was just a great baseball game. It wasn't a good game to hit because the wind was blowing straight in, and it was pretty cold up there last night. But LSU squeaked it out. That's a good sign for LSU, because we know they're going to bash it around on days when the pitching isn't A+. Yeah. They're going to score the 8, 9, 10 runs. But can you win the close ones? Can you win the games where you've got to really play great defense behind your guy? Can you get a lot of swing and misses? And that's what happened last night.
Todd, when did it change where everyone was up in arms when a pitcher went a complete game? I mean, when you were playing in the big leagues, Scott Erickson had 11 in 98. Kurt Schilling had 15 complete games in 98. I mean, even going to 2011, James Shields had 11 complete games. And now it's Todd, the lead leader has 2, maybe 3 complete games. When did that change? When was that something that they just didn't allow to happen?
Yeah, I don't know. I probably right when I was about done playing, because we were on the field when Greg Maddux won his 300th game, and I got a signed ticket and baseball, and awesome day in San Francisco.
Yeah, and
I remember thinking there's not going to be too many 300-game winners, if any, ever again, because they just don't go. I mean, if you get 5 out of a starting pitcher, that's really good in this day and age. And the reason being, they're saving arms. They just want to. They think it's more important to save arms, even in the big leagues, because the season's so long. They're going to get 30 starts out of a guy, and they pay him a lot of money to do that. And so they're going to protect arms in the big leagues. But in college baseball, like last night, with all the scouts in the stands and everything else, we really thought he'd get pulled in the 7th just strictly because of pitch count and because you don't want to hurt Cade Anderson's arm. Then he comes out in the 8th with 115 pitches, and we say, all right, he's going to face his first hitter. And then he goes pretty clean inning in the 8th. And when he came out in the 9th, it's just something you don't see anymore. You just don't see that. And that's not a bad thing. I think it was great. The feedback from Cade had to have been, I feel great.
Yeah.
I'm pitching well. The velocity's still there. The off speed's working. Let me go out for the 9th. And it was a clean inning there too. I think they would have been real careful with him in the 9th. But, man, I mean, he was just dynamic and really shut down an offense that's pretty good for Oklahoma.
Yeah, again, sitting on 58 pitches after 3 innings. Who would have guessed that he had 6 more left in him? What a performance. And, Todd, this is something that you've seen plenty throughout your career, but I can't help but think about is watching those 2 last night in Cade and Kyson. It felt a bit like watching Top Gun. You know, these two aces that were challenging one another, trying to outmaneuver one another. And it felt like Cade heard all the noise of like, well, actually, you know, Kyson's got better numbers. Kyson might be the better guy here. You mentioned the 50 scouts in the stands. Is that a trait that you see in those kind of superstar pitchers, that when they have somebody who's lined up across them that's also great, and they got all the scouts in the stands, and they just managed to raise their level of play?
Yeah, and they did. And by the way, that's the second Top Gun reference I've heard in 2 days. So Val Kilmer, rest in peace.
Yes.
You know, yeah, and I think that's what the scouts want to see too. Like, how can you rise to the occasion like last night? I would not say that the ballpark was electric, because it was not, because of the weather, and you know, just didn't have a ton of people out there. Other than that, no, well, I think it's a nice park, but when you start comparing it to Starkville or Alex Box, or it's not. I mean, we've got some big league ballparks in the SEC, you know. But outside of that, the atmosphere of a big league game was definitely present. I mean, it was. Kyson threw well. I mean, Jared Jones had the nice at bat. Well, on a 3-2 count, he's a slider the other way, which is not something I don't think Jared Jones was capable of doing 2 years ago. He would have swung right through that pitch. Yeah. And that shows the maturity of Jared and why he's doing so well this year. But, I think the answer is, of course, I mean, they stepped – and both those guys are going to make a lot of money at the next level. You know, Cade Anderson's a draft-eligible sophomore. Kyson Witherspoon looking to be one of the top picks. And you're looking at two of the best – by the numbers, they're two of the best three pitchers in the league, other than Pico Cone from Mississippi State. William Spence over at University of Tennessee is really dealing well. Hunter Elliott has a lot of talent at Ole Miss. But, you know, those two guys we saw last night are as good as it gets.
Ty, getting to the top of LSU's lineup, Curiel, somebody that as a freshman has just been outstanding. And look, I know he struck out 3 times last night, but still continues to get on base, got a hit last night. And typically you just don't see a freshman lead off a lineup of an LSU team that's going to be in the top 10, we think, all season long. And you're having guys that are able to come in now and contribute like right away. And it's impressive how these freshmen, you know, had a plate discipline and can go out there and be the table setter for a lineup like LSU's.
We're living in a day and age where LSU, the transfer rules without penalty and an NIL and everything else that goes into it, there's only a handful of colleges that anybody in the country would want to go to and play. LSU's one of them. Texas, you know, there's a few out there. So you just can't swing and miss with prospects. And for Jay Johnson, he's been watching Derek Curiel since he was in junior high, and when Jay Johnson was at Arizona. So he's had a track on this kid for a long, long time. It shows you, first of all, the capabilities of a guy like Jay Johnson to pick talent, but also that Curiel walks in there as a freshman, like you said, and does well even in the SEC, and that's hard to do. And, you know, if you're going to win, you've got to have those type of players perform for you, because one thing to see a guy and think that he's good, but it's another thing for him to play out that way. And Derek Curiel had 3 strikeouts, but he still got the base hit. I tell my son all the time in college baseball, 1 hit a day. Don't make it complicated. You don't have to get 3 or 4. Get 1 hit a day. And if you can do that, you're going to hit for a high average. And Derek Curiel's doing that. He didn't have a great game last night, but he did pop the double to left field. And, you know, and that's the hitter that he is. I mean, he's going to get you once. And that was a huge hit, by the way, in that game. He's going to get you at some point. And if he doesn't, one of those next 8 guys are. You know, you had Tanner Reeves in the lineup last night. You had Ethan Fry in there. And now you're starting to see these guys that got off to a good start that's still been sitting the bench getting a chance to play. And Jay Johnson's going to put 9 strong hitters in the lineup. Even if it gives up a little defense, which I don't think it does, he's going to put 9 guys out there that can swing the bat. So that pitcher on the other side just has no rest, no easy outs.
Well, and I loved hearing you talk last night kind of about your hitting theory versus like modern hitting theory, you know, and you know, like if I get up there 100 times, I make contact 100 times, just don't strike out, like chances are things are going to end well for me. I'm going to hit for average. And last night felt like a workman-like type of night, right? Like, I mean, with Kyson and Cade doing what they were doing, there was not a lot of room to find success. How did you feel? Because I thought LSU keeping the strikeout numbers low after the first 2 getting fanned was very impressive to me. How did you feel about LSU's approach and the quality of the at-bats, even if it wasn't always resulting in runs or hits?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. And it was no balls left the ballpark last night. And so it was in the first 4 hits, they ended up with 11 hits, both teams on the day, but the first 4 or 5 hits went the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So it was just get deep in counts and take what the pitcher gives you. It's kind of typical of what you always hear as a hitter, like don't try to do too much. And back to Jared Jones at bat, that was a 3-2 count. A lot of times as a hitter, you'll try to pull it, try to get the head out, and really bash it to the pull side and hit a 500-foot home run. He stayed back on that slider, ripped it the other way. I mean, that was really impressive. But you're right. It was a workman's day for sure with these hitters. And that's, I think, the evolution of LSU offense. Like since Jay's been there, I mean, Jay's an offensive guy. And so he obviously knows how to hit and how to make an approach. I think I looked it up the other day. We got True Media, all these stats. You can look up anything in the world right now. And one of the things was LSU's pitches per plate appearance as a team was about 3.9, like right up under 4 pitches per plate appearance as a team, which was tops in the league. And so they're just being more patient. And I've always said the more you face a pitcher, the more it becomes a hitter's advantage, because now you see the tempo, the timing, the release point. You got a muscle memory of the pitches that he throws. Once you see it once, you can see how to hit it the second time, that type of stuff. And so I think you're seeing patience throughout this lineup, and it paid off last night.
Yeah, one of the things they didn't even have to use last night, Todd, that they certainly have, and you'll see this weekend, is Zach Cowan, Kason Evans out of the bullpen. And I know LSU's bullpen maybe in its totality has had some struggles, but they got 2 guys down there that when they bring them in, I mean, it's in those high-leverage situations. You got to go win the game. Do you think, like, with the current format that they have with their starters, with those 2 guys out of the bullpen and maybe one day getting Gavin Guidry back in the fold there, is that enough to make the run that this team wants to make?
100%. I mean, they almost made a super regional last year, and they didn't have a third starter, and they certainly didn't have the bullpen that they have this year. They're in, everything about this LSU team shows you they'll be in Omaha, and then at that point, it's just winning a 1-run game in the 11th. That's hard to predict. But I hesitate because of Tennessee a couple of years ago. They had a world-class team, and Notre Dame, as a veteran group, walked in there and beat them in a super regional. And so Tennessee didn't even make the College World Series. So it's definitely a weird game. We know that. But right now, they're doing everything right. They call it the 2-headed monster with, Evan and Zach in the bullpen. And it's just nasty. And that's why also I thought that you'd see Zach in the 9th last night, and he didn't come in. So good for them. They've got them both now for the next 2 games, and they're set up pretty nicely for this series. And I think they said it was the best start LSU's had in the SEC in 15, 20 years. So, I mean, that's saying a lot considering the program. But they're the only question mark for LSU was the left side of the infield defensively, because Mila moved over to short. But he made a couple really nice plays last night. And then the third base, with whether it's Braswell or Reeves, they're solid there too. So there really is no holes in this LSU team.
Todd, last one before we let you go and ask you an SEC question. You've got Florida, Mississippi State, South Carolina, and Texas A&M. All those teams are 1-8 in SEC play. I don't think any of us had those teams sitting there after 9 games in league play. But of those teams, do you see one of them that can actually make a run, and maybe they can make it in a regional where they're a 2 seed, and maybe they can get to a super regional? Like, is there anything left from any of those teams, or is it too late?
No, it's not too late. I mean, remember, LSU last year was 3-12 in the conference before they made a little bit of a run. The 13 wins within the conference is that magic number that'll get the eyes of the committee to put you in the field of 64. 13 wins. So however you can figure that out, it is crazy to look at the standings right now in the SEC and see Texas A&M, who was the preseason number 1 team in the country, sitting down there. Jace Laviolette is one of the best prospects in the league right now, and he's getting hot. He's up now around 300. He was hovering around 220 for a long time. I think he's got 9 home runs right now. Texas A&M has Prager and Justin Lampkin, and who else they got up there? They've got 3 legitimate starters. Miles Patton. They've got 3 legitimate starters that are doing their job. The offense just hasn't been there. They lost Grahovac for the year, the big freshman from last year. I think Texas A&M will make a run just based on the pitching alone. It's weird to see Florida down there because they're really just a good group, and Kevin O'Sullivan does a nice job there. And, they've always been in Omaha. It seems like they're a mainstay. They lost their ace, Pierce Capola, the big 6'8" left-hander.
Yeah.
Once and if they get him back, I think you'll see them make a little bit of a run. They're not hitting the ball like you thought they would. They're still up over 300 as a team, but they need to get their ace back because then it shoves everybody up a day on the weekends. And, if your number 2 was supposed to be your number 1, you would have made them the number 1 to begin with. So Florida just has rotation issues. Missouri's Missouri. They're going to have a rough go. But who was the 4th team down there?
You had Mississippi State, A&M, South Carolina, Florida, yeah.
And Mississippi State. I mean, they've lost, after the LSU series, I think they had lost 3 1-run games and 3 2-run games out of the first 9 games of the season, and so they've been in every one.
Yeah.
Pico Cone, like I mentioned, is one of the best in the league. They're hitting the ball. They're hitting 300 as a team, 44 home runs coming into this weekend. They're picking it. Let me look at their no, they're not. They're down in the bottom defensively, so they'll kick the ball around for you. But the pitching staff is a sub-4 ERA too. So the numbers are good for Mississippi State. I think you'll see them make a run, but it's week in and week out. You never can really predict outside of anybody that plays Missouri who's going to win. But we'll see, man. I mean, we'll see. I think all 3 of those teams, it's weird to see them at the bottom of that deal. And remember, when we get to Hoover, all 16 teams make it now, so it's a single elimination thing. So you can be anybody and have a good week and make a run and then make it into the postseason. I think last year LSU had 11 teams into the field of 64, which was a record. Yep. And now we have 16 teams in the league. I think you'll see more than that this year, 12, 13 teams in the postseason.
Todd Walker, number 12, the legend himself. Excellent job on the call last night. Todd, thank you so much, man.
Man, I don't need my coffee listening to you now. I love the energy. I'm ready to roll now.
Hell yeah, Bo. You have a good day, man. And, enjoy your
Todd.
weekend, brother.
Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, guys. All right, bye-bye.
Oh, man. One of the best to ever do it. Hall of Famer. Jersey retired. Todd Walker. Great voice, too.
Yeah.
Man. He got some baritone in that thing.
I love him on the call.
I kind of chew on his voice a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and close out hour 2 of OTB next.
Off the bench.
Hey, so Alondra, it's Friday. You're not eating meat. As I said, you want a great option? Pop into Rouse's. Okay, on Fridays, we got the seafood hot plates. They have hot plates every day, but Friday's seafood hot plate specifically, it's $9.99. Okay, at a time when, like we talked about yesterday, you can't even get a sandwich for less than $15. It's $9.99, and you can fill the box up with everything that you want, right? I mean, we're talking, again, a whole buffet. You want all your fried catfish, your shrimp rangoon, what else are we eating? Crab cakes the other day, etouffee, so many options. And it's right there ready to go for your Rouse's. If you want to buy some bugs this weekend, you can buy them and boil them yourself, or buy them already boiled from Rouse's throughout the season. And all your fixings and everything else that you need, because Rouse's is Louisiana from the original brick up. So no matter what you got going down this weekend, the best way to get ready is to get into Rouse's.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like Vance.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. I don't know that I've heard this one.
A lot of people have been wondering my favorite Nickelback song. That one's it.
We've all been wondering.
I know. It's a big conversation, but I'll let the people know it's this one. This is Animals. It is about intercourse.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why you had to say it like that?
That feels wild behavior that you said it so aggressively.
It's about intercourse.
It is.
Well, good luck tonight. Hope they play this for you.
They will.
And good luck after.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to go from there. It's like anything that I say now is going to be tied into the intercourse song there. I did write an article for LouisianaSports.net, and it's about the NFL draft purgatory because it's an off-season like you've never had before if you're a football player. So check that out because we are such creatures of habit. We get into our routines of, hey, the season ends and we got a week off, and then you get into all-season training, fourth quarter, spring, a week off. You get into summer workouts, you get into camp. Well, this is like the first off-season that's ever different for all of these players. It is the most mental gymnastics that you will ever go through. So I kind of gave my experience a timeline of how it is. So check that out on LouisianaSports.net. We'll be back. Hour number 3 of OTB.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to ktozblinds.com, ktozblinds.com, and they've done so much for me. And we always talk about our outdoor shade that we have, and this is true. It covers our little patio area. Harlow, our daughter, loves going out there because she loves being outside. Well, this is a way for her to be outside, but kind of in a controlled environment. It's not going to be too hot in there either. That shade is going to block the sun. It also, it blocks our living room. So it cools it off during the heat of July and August and September and actually saves us on some energy bills. But even if it's a Roman shade for our kitchen, which they've done, I mean, they can literally do it all inside and outside. K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. Go to the website today, schedule your appointment, have Brandon and the team come out to your spot. That's ktozblinds.com.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Friday, April 4th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 86. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll have some champagne shenanigans minus Rivers Huey. We'll talk about TJ Finley, maybe even some tornado talk, and we'll close things out with Ask the Bench. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. And watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What's going on, yo? ¿Qué pasa? Hope everybody's having a great day. So, Taylor, you said we were going to do champagne shenanigans. That is not true. What we are going to do this hour is we're going to go for dose, baby. Call it an audible. We're going for dose. Shout out our friends at Dos Equis. Remember, spring is here. The bats are hot. You want to support this baseball team, have yourself a good time, you want to rock the country, whatever the case may be, there's no better way to take in the vibes than a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis.
Yeah, you want to MC a gala tonight?
That's right.
Dos Equis in hand.
We're going to celebrate the big moments, bold moves, and every sunny afternoon with ice cold Dos Equis. Dos Equis, the official beer of spring moments. Enjoy responsibly. So, yes. Go for dose. 2 beers. We're going to have 2 beers. Let's have 2 beers, guys. Just a nice 2 beers to take the edge off of a great work week.
You didn't get one?
Yeah, I guess you only found 2 beers?
No, I asked you one, and I did not hear a response.
I didn't even hear you ask that.
Taylor, do you have your beer?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just forgot about
Jake.
I was sitting here telling the great people about K to Z while you were getting everybody else beers.
And you know what, Jake? I don't think he forgot.
I don't think he did either. It's a power move.
That's not. I just said. I asked, and I did not hear a response. So I was like, okay, I guess Jake doesn't want a Dos Equis. But it's dumb because who doesn't want a Dos Equis? Duh. Well, it looks like you're getting the Tecate. Actually, there, Jakey.
I appreciate it.
I'm drinking
Thank
a
you.
Dos Equis lime and salt. So remember, we love to dress up our beers with lime and salt, but this way you don't even have to. It's already made. I love the double X's on the tab too. It's pretty cool.
I like the color of this one. It's like a lime green.
That tastes like vacation right there, bro. That tastes great.
Nobody knows a vacation like Lake, Bob.
That is true. Ooh, it tastes like the lake.
That would be a good
true.
lake beer.
Great lake beer. This is a beer that it's good here in the studio, but this is a beer, specifically this lime and salt one.
Yeah.
You need to be under the sun for this. Ideally, I need to feel heat on my skin, not AC. I need to feel my pale skin pinking up a little bit, but still very good. But man, it makes me crave being outside. Like this would be a perfect rock the country beer. Yes. Right here. All right, so look, you know how this hour goes, guys. We're done with work. Okay, so we're just gonna talk about what
It is what it is.
ever the hell we want. Hope y'all have a great day if you're leaving us now. Ryan Smith says, okay, Jake, we need to start a protein beer company. I'll need $100K to grant you the rights to the patent. Are you in? Would you drink protein beer?
Yeah, I mean, we can partner together. I ain't giving you 100,000 though. Yeah, I'd drink it. We could call it Low Man.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. That's a good beer name. Low Man is. I don't know how you would could you make protein beer taste good? I mean, I don't know, because what does protein taste like in and of itself?
Yeah, because it's all flavored anyway.
It's all, exactly. It's always thrown into some sort of flavor. Ryan, don't worry. If
there's 1.6 grams of protein per beer can.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that.
How about
so
that?
you're telling me I'm just feeding my muscles right now? Hell yeah, give me some
So
more.
you're actually like getting healthier per sip.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if we could get that number up to like 4 grams, you could really sell it as protein beer.
Ryan, let's join forces.
So you don't even need that much.
Protein beer and Boudin, all
This
in
has-
one vending machine. Me and you, Ryan. Big money ideas only. Meat and protein, right?
Yeah.
Protein and protein, really?
Protein right here.
Protein and protein. I've said protein so many times now that it doesn't sound like a real word.
0 grams of fat in this.
Great.
It's always the calories.
Only 12 grams of carbs, guys.
Wow.
This is actually, compared to most of the stuff I drink, this is actually pretty good for you.
calories.
Oh,
Did we just work
That is
out?
a bit surprising.
I think we did
We
just
did.
work out.
Feels like it.
Only 135 calories. I love that.
Like, okay, for example, this energy drink
I
I
can
had
have
this
10 of
morning, granted
these.
it's a little bit bigger, but the beer has 12 grams of carbs. The NOS has 54 grams of carbs. So
Well, yeah,
little bit high.
it's going to be a classic 54 grams of carbs, 48 of sugar on that NOS.
51 of sugar.
Oh my God. That's your daily allowance right
51
there.
grams of
Absolutely.
sugar.
That
That's
is an
more than your
absurd
daily
amount
allowance.
of sugar.
That's crazy. 135. I can have 10 of these then, I think.
Has
I'm not
T-Bob
good at
never
math.
heard of drinking a beer after a workout as carbs and proteins? Also chocolate milk. I mean, I've drank beer after workouts and it tastes great, but I've never thought
You didn't
like,
know it was actually for
I'm
that
feeding
reason.
my body.
yeah.
I mean, I don't. Is it actually for that reason though? I mean, I guess maybe so. Actually, maybe not the worst thing.
Only 12 grams of carbs on this one.
Shout out to Evolve. We got after it this morning. Oh, dude, I was getting my ass kicked by this tiny blonde girl yesterday. Shout out, Kat. That was very humbling. Very humbling. Turns out her dad does Ironmans, though.
Ooh,
you know? So,
yeah.
like, I mean, I was kind of behind the 8 ball the entire time anyway. Didn't stand much of a chance.
You know what's humbling? Kettlebell exercises.
They're great.
They're great, but they're very humbling.
They're great. They're
Yeah.
exhausting. They're good.
Y'all, they have a beer, Barbell Brew.
Okay, so we've been beaten to the
That's
punch.
got 21.8 grams of protein.
Good
Whoa.
God.
Where do I get Barbell Brew?
I don't know, but I am checking it out now.
Oh, wait, no, this is a coffee. Oh, and a beer. Okay.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. It's a coffee, a beer, and a protein shake? All
they
in
have
one
a
drink?
coffee is
Oh,
what I-
okay,
yeah.
okay,
They do
okay,
coffee
okay.
and beer.
Yeah.
Like the
Oh,
brew.
Sorry.
okay,
I said
okay.
that. I said that weird. My bad.
I was like, I don't need anything else.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Protein coffee beer?
That's got everything you
Protein,
need.
coffee, beer.
21 grams.
It says.
Gulf South says, ever done a charity 10K? I'll give you beer and fruit afterwards. Okay, guys. I was wrong. Okay, beer's great for working out, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I feel great. I mean, like you said, we got to end this morning, so this is perfect. I'm just feeding my muscles right now, dude. Recovering. You know what's a crazy story that I heard about? Did anybody see this Dwight Howard story?
I read a little bit about it last
which
night.
one?
So
The one with Chandler Parsons also?
Yes.
Yeah.
So a Georgia man swindled Dwight Howard out of $7 million and Chandler Parsons out of $1 million. But the only reason I bring it up is because I cannot fathom what this guy's end game was. Because how he got the $7 million out of Dwight was he told him that he was purchasing a stake in the Atlanta Dream. Isn't that the women's soccer team?
I thought it was WNBA.
Or is it WNBA?
Yeah, I thought.
That would make more sense. Either way, he told him that he was purchasing a stake in that. And only to find out when the Dream were later sold that, no, you have nothing. But again, where was the end game? It's a good pitch to get $7 million out of someone, but it was a 0% chance that Dwight Howard was eventually not going to figure out he didn't own the team, right?
Yeah.
Like, did he just think that he was just going to continue to get away with this? And then he got Chandler Parsons to apparently invest $1 million in some NBA prospects development, only to find out that he doesn't even know the guy. Which again, like, what was the end game?
Yeah.
There's never going to be like this. These are some big ball schemes. Credit to him for being convincing enough to get the money out of them to begin with. But my God, not. There was no escape plan ever. Maybe that was the plan, right? I'm just going to live balls to the wall so I go to jail. He got a dozen years in jail.
I'm about to say you got 12 years behind bars, so hope he had fun with the $8 million though.
I don't know though. I have a weird thing about white collar prison where I feel like in my head it's just like summer camp, which I know is not true. You're still in jail at the end of the day, blah blah blah. But you're getting 3 square.
Also, I bet the
getting
food's
yard
a
time.
little bit better.
Might be getting okay food time a little bit. And really, I mean, I know we've all watched prison documentaries and stuff. The ingenuity of prisoners when it comes to culinary aspects, be it making their own alcohol, making their own food. It is amazing what people have managed to create.
Nikki
So
said,
shout out to this guy. He lived hard and fast, and now he's in jail. But hey,
Nikki said, can I remove the WNBA failure facts from my ass now?
nope. Keep those things right up there, boy. come here. Bend over. I'm gonna stick those right up.
I'm not paying $8 million for something
stay up
that
in there.
operates at a loss.
Stay up in there. Hey, okay. Oh my God. Okay. Bend over, Lon.
No.
Sorry. Yep. You have to.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
That's where I draw the line. I'm not shoving anything up my ass.
Alvin Marzwani, crazy part is Dwight thought $7 million for a stake in a WNBA team was a good investment. All right, Alvin, you have to bend over 2 now.
There you go. That's all I'm saying.
You have to bend over 2 now.
Also,
I mean,
why
again,
would
though,
bad business.
all sports are good investments, though. I don't know. I mean, we'd have to look up what they ended up selling for because he would have gotten a profit.
That's right.
The
when it
weirdest
sold.
part of this to me, why would Chandler Parsons care about the invest into like a NBA
I did not
So-
understand that.
so
I don't know how
so
that works.
Here's how it works. So Chandler Parsons gives $1 million for this NBA prospect. Maybe he's overseas, maybe he's not. Probably overseas. This guy's going to be really, really good. Give him $1 million so he can train, work out, get his body right, get in front of scouts, blah, blah, blah. And then once he becomes an NBA player, you'll get a percentage of all of his earnings.
Oh, okay. So it's almost like a secondary agent. I mean, almost.
Well, I mean,
essentially,
you're basically you're putting the money up front for him to get to that level.
Okay.
And once he gets to that level, you get 3% return on everything that he makes.
That makes sense. I
mean,
didn't know
that's
that was a
actually not a bad
codified practice, though. I was not aware of that either.
The Atlanta Dream are worth $55 million.
Joke's on you, nerds.
The team made $8.8 million in revenue last year.
There you go. I mean, again, most sports investments nowadays are basically just money printing machines. How did $7 million not buy the whole team? Because of what you just heard. Mr. Biggs, why does it sound like racehorse investing? I mean, I guess that's essentially what it is when you're talking about sport and a prospect.
Yeah.
It's not unlike that.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. You're basically buying a human.
Yeah.
In some ways.
Okay, well, yeah.
Which is wild.
Something that human beings did for all of
Yeah.
history.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty recent that we finally realized, hey, guys, that's very wrong. At least we finally got there. Oh, my God, dude, what was kind of crazy? So I finally got to the 4th season of Righteous Gemstones. And again, guys, I'm not encouraging anyone to watch it. If you are someone who is going to be, if you do not enjoy, like, religious jokes and, like, things that sacrilegious, I would say, don't check it out. It's not going to be for everyone. But one thing that is pretty cool, the 4th season opens up with a flashback episode with Bradley Cooper as the main character.
Okay.
And it's the whole episode. You don't see anybody. But I guess the only reason I'm talking about it is because it actually is a kind of awesome Civil War period piece. Like out of nowhere, Danny McBride just directed this action-filled, super high production value Civil War period piece that's like an hour long. It's got like great costumes, great special effects. It's kind of shocking, actually, I think, in how well it's done.
How that family kind of became who they were.
It gives you, the Bradley Cooper. Yes, he ends up being basically the man who started it all, and you kind of see how he got his beginnings in the church. They're sorted, but again, the most interesting part of it is that HBO just gave Danny McBride a ton of money and production value to play with, and said, "Hey, go make your Civil War movie."
Yeah,
and it's actually really cool. It's actually really cool. Daniel says, should I watch Severance or Righteous Gemstones next? Ooh, completely different shows. Righteous Gemstones is going to get you way quicker in and out. Severance longer, still pretty damn good, but Severance is super hard to stay awake during, which is weird for a show that's good. But the entire vibe of it is it's like white walls and soft music, and it's if you're tired constantly like I am, you're in trouble. Nookie says, are we going to talk about Skeens and Livy almost never being a thing because he refused to follow her on Instagram? So I missed this quote. This was in the GQ article, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So what exactly did Livy say?
It was pretty much that. I didn't read the full quote, but that's the gist of it, that he never followed her back on Instagram. So it was almost never a thing.
Hell yeah. Power
but
alpha
do you
moves
really
only,
pause,
Pauly.
like paying attention to who's following
Hell
him
no.
on Instagram?
So that's the
like,
thing. Apparently, he doesn't do Instagram at all.
Bro,
No,
he
he
doesn't
probably
do
has
anything
somebody
except for
that-
throw
yeah.
baseballs.
Yeah.
When we had him on the Rome show, it was for him to promote MLB The Show because he's a cover athlete. And then he's like, I don't know, dude. I've never played a video game in my life. Like, okay, yeah, sure. Of course you haven't.
I love him.
All you do is want to throw baseballs. You know what the coolest part about that GQ shoot that I didn't realize? When I saw the snow, I just assumed it was Pittsburgh. The GQ shoot
Is
was
it here?
on the Baton Rouge snow day.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know how pumped they had to
That's
be?
cool. Yeah.
They're down here to shoot it, and you get the most late. So that picture where it's the piano with the snow in the background, and he's looking like a straight gangster. That's in Baton Rouge with that snow, which is just insane to think about.
Where is this at? Let's see. What does this look like? What neighborhood does this look like?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to figure out the same thing. It kind of looks like I've driven on a boat by Barry Seal's house before, the old drug lord.
Yeah.
And his whole back of his house is just like
the Tom
glass.
Cruise movie.
Yeah, the Tom Cruise. It's just like glass, like open. Their house looks like that too. All the walls just appear to be made of glass.
Maybe it's that house.
Should we peep and Tom them?
No,
Yeah.
This feels creepier as we go.
Yeah.
I like this photo shoot.
Uh-oh.
But
I like Paul's clothes better than Livy's. But I get the idea behind it.
My favorite picture is her laying on the piano.
Yeah, it's a cool pic.
That's the coolest picture. He looks the best there. She looks the best there.
Moose showed me
The
that and goes,
outfits are
Taylor,
just-
you ready for your face to be on this body? And I was like, get out of here for it.
You do look pretty hot as Livy. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I said in our group chat. I was like, is that me or Livy? Can't tell.
Also, me and Paul kind of have similar facial hair somewhat, so that kind of worked as well. If only I had 2% of the talent. Paul reminded me that honeycomb exists. Yeah, I know. I too was surprised to see that the cereal that he was eating was honeycomb.
I ate honeycombs last night.
Really?
I like
I
love
had not
honeycombs.
thought about honeycombs in a long time. It's very good. I'm not saying it's not good. It is good. I just
Probably
don't
my
think
cereal
about
of choice.
Really?
Yeah.
It was never in the rotation for me.
Yeah.
Growing up, I was a CT Crunch guy first. Probably like a Raisin Bran extra raisin second.
love Raisin Bran.
I mean, absolute banger. No, bro.
No,
Raisin Bran
Raisin
extra
Bran's
raisins.
great.
T-Bob,
I love raisins.
T-Bob's
Banana.
apparently a dead great
Yeah,
connoisseur.
bananas and
Fruity
Yeah.
Pebbles. I do love dead
Fruity
grapes.
Pebbles going to be in
That's
that
what a
rotation.
raisin is.
No crap. Taylor.
No
Dead dried. I'm not eating that. I'm good.
I
You
love
don't wait.
raisins.
You don't like raisin?
No, I don't like raisins.
There's a lot of people who don't like raisins.
I got to tell you, I think there's
I'm
more
in-
people
we're in
You're
the-
telling me
that
there's
don't than
human
do.
beings walking around that just don't like raisins?
There's a lot of human beings that don't
I'd
like
be willing to
This
bet.
is the dumbest thing I've
I'd be
ever
willing
heard.
to bet
nobody's
me and
perfect,
Alondra
dude.
are in the minority.
Honey bunches of
They
oats.
are in the minority.
majority.
Exactly. You're
Actually,
the minority.
Honey bunches of oats with almonds is probably my second favorite. That dish used to be so good.
I'm always in the minority.
Again, y'all
I
just
am
y'all
one.
just don't. If I had a box of raisins, y'all want to eat?
I would.
No,
I'd eat every
I
one of
wouldn't.
them.
No,
with you.
good. Little Sun-Made boxes. They
I
used to give
would-
us those. No,
I
I'm
would
good.
knock them out of your hands if you offered me
Wow,
raisins.
y'all tripping.
Not a raisin.
And then
fan.
I would pick
But
them
you'll
up and
eat
throw them at
grapes.
your face.
Yeah, grapes are good.
But you won't eat raisins.
No.
They don't taste the same.
That's
don't.
so stupid.
They don't taste the same.
not
It tastes
stupid.
pretty damn similar. It's just
No.
a texture difference.
I don't think they taste the same at all.
Raisins are like candy.
No.
No.
Yes.
They're
No.
raisins.
They're raisins.
It's like mango. Like mango's like candy.
Nothing is more upsetting than biting into a cookie that
Dried
although it's
mango
chocolate
cheese.
chip and I find a raisin
I mean,
in there and I'm
Jesus,
like,
Taylor, how old are you? 5?
I mean, I
don't like
don't
raisins.
love a raisin cookie, to be fair.
No.
Ooh, oatmeal raisin cookies are good.
They're not bad, but I would never take that over a chocolate chip. And it does suck when you maybe get shocked by the raisin when you're expecting.
Well, I
the
mean, you
chocolate
get shocked
chip.
by anything. So I love tea. Like iced tea is great. But if like
Love
I'm
tea.
expecting it to be like a Diet Coke
Mhm.
and I take a sip and
Oh,
it's
horrible.
tea,
Yeah, that's bad.
it's bad.
That's
it
bad.
will trick you in
It's
a bad
bad, yeah.
way.
Yeah,
but I
that's
like
bad.
both, but that will get you.
That's true.
I mean,
Anytime
you're
you
sitting there,
drink
you're
something
like,
that you're not
do I
expecting.
like tea? Do I?
What about like yogurt covered raisins?
No.
Those are
Never had those.
even better.
I've had chocolate covered raisins. Still not that big of a fan.
I'll eat a raisin, but it tastes nothing like grape. Yeah, I guess y'all are actually right about that. I will. I'll concede that point. But raisins are awesome. I think y'all are crazy. All right, more OTB when we get back.
Off the bench.
All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Oh,
All-Star
okay.
Toyota
All right.
Rouge.com. Go there today or go see him off Airline in Goodwood. Remember, the service center and the body shop open to all makes and models. So anybody's allowed to go and get the free professional estimate. Take advantage of the excellent lines of communication, the factory parts right there on site, some rapid turnaround times. And if you mention OTB when you go in, you get, ow, my neck. You get $250 towards that deductible.
What?
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com.
What's wrong with your neck?
I don't know.
What about your
Call
back?
Gordon.
Is it your neck and your back?
And my
All-Star Toyota
Badusi.
Baton Rouge.com.
and my crack.
Buy new, lease, and rent. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
You gotta believe, dream
gotta believe in the dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Welcome to the 7th ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
T-Bob, do you remember when we tried to make this the official song of college football?
I remember us rocking out to it that one time.
We were kind of making a joke, and Danny's like, this should be the official song of college football. And we were like, hell yeah, okay. And then he played it. We were like, maybe it should.
An elite lyricist. Ball with the ball, da bang, diggy, diggy, diggy. So the boogie said up drop, the boogie, which is something I've been thinking about in relation to tariffs a lot lately. What do y'all think?
This ain't that show,
imagine
brother.
Kid Rock sitting across from the president.
It's a Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
Ball with the ball, to bang, diggy. But what if we set the boogie, then uprock the boogie?
Trump's taking notes.
Kid, what are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about, kid? I have you in here. What are we talking about? Have you met my friend Little JC? He's dead now, but he's still with me always.
Dude, rest in peace, little JC.
Rest in peace.
Someone asked me yesterday, they were like...
Kid Rock of Osmosis Jones fame.
Someone asked me yesterday, they're like, did Kid Rock get another little person for his band? I was like, I don't know.
He never did, to be fair, right?
No, he didn't.
He never did.
Kid Rock to me, like
Right,
Joe
y'all need to
Dirt.
chill out.
Like a real life Joe Dirt.
No, like he was in the movie Joe Dirt.
He is in the movie Joe Dirt. That's right. That's right. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
funny.
That's
It's
right.
like immediately what I think about. She don't want you dirt. She wants my body.
I will say this. This song goes hard still.
It's so good.
This song goes hard. Tristan says 45% tariffs on the ball widow and 37 on the ball. Damn it.
That is so funny. But yeah, he did look ridiculous in that Queen of Sparkles ass outfit he
I
had on.
mean,
And he almost.
And then he was in a suit in the piano
almost
video, though.
Did something right.
He was in a suit in the piano video, so he purposely put on the Queen of Sparkles video. Money's faker than a ball at a ball, so who cares? Yeah, I guess so, you know.
The best part is we just have to, like, accept the kick in the nuts and just move on.
Nothing we can do. We hope for the best.
Oh, I got milk and eggs at the grocery store. That'll be how much? Yeah, thanks.
I'm so happy I got in on this local egg ring. It's awesome.
It's just somebody with chickens giving you eggs.
Mm-hmm. I got on the mailing list.
Try to get
Come
Victoria
drop them
to,
off every Friday. I leave the old carton out, new carton in, baby.
We get people down the street with chickens. I keep trying to tell Victoria to go steal one. Like during the day when nobody's home, she won't go do it.
Hell yeah.
Selfish.
If you need any help choking that chicken,
real.
turns out I'm an expert. Just let me know. I'll wring that little thing's neck. Fry it up. You ever had fresh killed fried chicken?
No.
Oh my God, it's incredible. My uncle back in the
Sure
day,
is.
we got he I can't remember why he decided it was time to eat these chickens, but he did. And my God, they were good.
This the same one with the goats?
That made you castrate them?
I did not castrate the chickens.
Just the
I
goats.
also didn't wring their
No, you
neck.
did the
Wringing a
goats,
chicken
though.
neck, I could do it, but I would feel.
Nah,
I don't want to
think
feel the. I don't
can't
want to
do
feel
that.
the crack.
Nah, I can't.
I
do
could,
that.
I
No,
could,
couldn't.
but I don't want to.
No, I couldn't.
This man, I could. Hold up. I could.
I could.
I
I
could.
could. Don't.
Don't tempt me.
Old City Bob, I'm gonna step up. And now I'm gonna step out because I gotta go get my hair cut, guys.
Oh,
This
I
mid.
know.
dude, this is
I
weak.
know. I know. It starts at 9:30. I'm already gonna be late, but yeah, I gotta get my hair cut for
Well, you
the
might as well not
gala
go.
tonight. So
No.
This
remember,
is so
guys.
lame.
This is lame.
This is the lamest thing I've ever.
bang to bang,
experienced.
diggy
No, you
diggy
messed
said
it
the
up.
boogie said up drop.
Nope, you messed it up.
Wet fart.
The boogie.
Wet fart way to leave the show.
Terrible way to leave the show.
Yep. Later, guys.
You're the
Boo
worst.
this man.
Yeah, boo. Everybody boo as he walks out. Boo.
I hope he cuts off 6 inches on accident.
I hope he accidentally buzz cuts your hair.
More OTB when we come back.
Off the bench.
Cool Pro HVAC, the newest sponsor here on OTB. And look, one of the things that we love about them is how local they truly are. And whenever we were kind of putting everything together, it was, I mean, just so clear that they care about this community. And it's all about this area. And it's not about anywhere else. And it's all started right here in Baton Rouge. 225-350-4397. That is the phone number. And when I talk about like local and making sure they take care of Baton Rouge, like some of the things that they can do, like I'd never really seen from anyone, no matter the size of the company. And so, yes, they can have that local feel to them, but with all the latest and greatest technology. And we talk about the 1 hour windows that they have, because we've all been there. It's like, hey, I got this appointment. It's going to be in the 6 hour window. It's like, well, who has 6 hours to wait around? I know I don't. I know you don't. 1 hour windows, and you can see exactly where your tech is. You can keep up with them like you're waiting on your Uber ride, right? That's why they are the best. CoolProHVAC.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded. because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Clubs I'll never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth, and I'm never gonna win this. Life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be. Tell me what you want. I want a brand new house on an episode of Cribs and a bathroom I can play baseball.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
All right, welcome back in OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Ryan, no T, no Riz, Friday vibe killer. No, you got the committed Fridays.
Yeah,
okay?
I don't know how that's a vibe killer.
No 9:30 appointments here. We set those appointments for 10.
No, and I
and
love
we show
how,
up
like,
late, but we still set them at 10.
I love how, like, he was like, guys, no, like, I have to leave. I'm already late. But, like, you're the one that made the 9:30 appointment. It's still your fault.
But man, T-Bob's haircut, I think Troy can only do it at 9:30 because he always goes at 9:30.
He does every time.
Yeah, it
He's
must
like,
be like the only time.
Sometimes he'll go like right after the show. Like if he has like a 10.
True.
So I mean, it's somewhere in that area.
That's true. We do have a rehearsal coming up at 11 for the gala that we're going to be emceeing tonight. So maybe the only time he could do it, but still. I'm with Taylor. Get a messed up haircut. You'll stop worrying about being nervous about everything else. And it's shocking that he's nervous, by the way. Like, T-Bob
Him of
nervous?
all people, yeah.
He gets nervous about the weirdest stuff, though, I feel like.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of times where he's like, I'm nervous about this. And I'm like, that is such a weird thing for you, of all people, to be nervous about.
He was nervous about going to read to the kids that time.
Right, and that's right up his, like, I bet he's elite at reading to kids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I would be,
recently.
I would be bad at that. That would be something I would not want to be any part of. The only time I really get nervous is when I can't control the outcome.
Yeah.
Like youth sports, coaching, I'm like, man, I'm nervous right here because, like, I can try to help, but at the end of the day, there's nothing I can technically do. But like playing in front of a crowd, that never, not one time in my career did I even think about, oh my God, there's so many people here. Talking to large crowds, it's like, hey, you're either gonna be good or you're gonna suck, but it's gonna be on you whether you're good or rather, you know, maybe you're not so good. So I don't know, it's a little surprising. Alondra, what's the situation you're like, no thank you?
What do you mean?
Nervous, like the thing you would get the most nervous about.
So I think that public speaking used to make me nervous. It doesn't really make me that nervous anymore. I think it was last year I was telling y'all I had to MC the Texas Club.
Oh,
and I was super, it was Easton Corbin.
Yeah.
Easton Corbin.
You were pretty nervous about that.
I was nervous about it, but I think now that I've done it a few times
about reps,
and MC'd a few other events, like it doesn't really make me that nervous anymore. I think I'm like you where it's like I can't control the outcome.
Yeah.
But the thing that made me nervous about emceeing was if I was going to be out there and be like, how are we all doing tonight? And everyone's just like crickets.
Oh, my gosh.
That's like my biggest fear. But I don't know. There's not much now after doing this job that makes me nervous.
Very true. This job will help. I mean, talking every single day, knowing that someone's watching and listening certainly helps. What about you, Tay-Tay?
What makes me the most nervous?
I know it's not talking.
It's probably talking about things that make me having to do something like on the fly. But I already have something like previously planned. Like, okay, like I'm a very structured person.
Yeah.
So like I have this planned out, but at the last second, it has to change locations or it changes time or something like that. And I got to like readjust everything on the fly. I don't like that.
So, one of the, gosh, I guess it was probably the biggest crowd I've ever actually spoke in front of, the National Championship Parade 2019.
Yeah.
They had it in the PMAC, and it was like a parade leading into the PMAC.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was just going to go with the family, and like 9:30 maybe that night, I get a call from Gordy, hey, I was supposed to MC that thing in the morning. I can't go now. You got it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, okay, 13,000 people inside the PMAC.
Last second.
Yeah. All right, well, let's ride. And I was like, okay. After I did that, I was like, if I can do that on the fly in front of that many people, I think it was on the SEC network, and that part didn't really affect me. I was like, okay, well, let's go. Let's giddy up and trying to stay up and make sure you had your notes ready for that one. I also made Coach Insminger stand up in front of everyone and give a wave. He was so mad at me. It was so worth it. He was so mad. Because, Slinger hates attention.
Hates it.
But I'm like, look, you just did what you did with this offense.
Yeah.
You're not up here with us. I'm about to make you stand up.
Right. And he deserves it, even though, like you said, he doesn't like it. The last thing that made me super nervous, and it was the Dustin Poirier interview, and T-Bob had asked me, he was like, are you nervous? Yeah, he was like, are you nervous? And I was just like, no, I'm not nervous. But then he came up, and that's when I got, like, whenever it was about to start, and he came up, that's when I was like, oh, actually, I kind of am a little bit, but
he was very cool, though. I mean, you did great.
Awesome, yeah.
You did awesome.
He, I'll like never forget, because he was super nice before and afterwards, and he didn't have to like sit there and talk to me after the interview, and he did. And Rivers and his handler were both like, okay, I'm sure y'all can talk all day, but we gotta go.
Yeah, well, look, chill out. When Diamond wants to talk, let Diamond talk.
Right.
Or he'll beat you up because he can beat everybody up in that building. Yeah. Bobby asked, do I get nervous watching my kids participate in sports? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely I do. For multiple, amounts of reasons. Like one, like how much they prepare to get to that point, right? And so all their hard work, you want it to pay off because you preach hard work and you tell them, hey, if you do A, B, and C, it's going to get you to the finish line. And it doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, absolutely, I get nervous. Like my son has, good chance to start varsity football this year. I'm going to be a nervous wreck, sweaty palms
during tryouts.
Just every play too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one of those years. Like on Friday nights, like I probably start in the stands and then like slowly walk to the side of the fence and like nobody wants to probably be around me.
You're standing on the 20 by the fourth quarter, like you're on the field. You're that dad where they're like, Dad's on the field.
Kick step, use your hands. Yeah, I'll be that guy. All right, let's get to Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
Jake, we talk a lot about how the running back position appears to be back in a big way in the NFL. We know Saquon Barkley got the big deal. James Cook is looking for a big deal, which I personally think he should get. Maybe more kids out there should try to play tight end, though, because Trey McBride just got a 4-year, $76 million extension. $43 million of that is guaranteed. McBride's going to make $19 million per year, slightly lower than Saquon, who is the highest paid running back in the NFL. Kelsey was the previous highest paid tight end at a little over $17 million per year. So Trey McBride making more than basically every running back in the NFL, as he's now the highest paid tight end ever.
Yeah, and this is somebody that had the second best drop rate in the NFL, does not drop the football, has as sure of hands as anybody. I'm trying to think who was number one. There was actually, I think it was Myers from the Raiders.
Oh, Jacoby.
I don't think he had a single drop. And then I think Trey had like 2 maybe all season long. And we're talking about a guy who had 111 catches. So some of you might be like, who the hell is Trey? No, you need to know who Trey McBride is. 111 catches, over 1,100 yards. Now, he only had 2 touchdowns. And for a long portion of the season,
I think his first one was like week 10.
he didn't have a touchdown. It might have been even later than that. Actually, he got 2 touchdowns. They came in week 17 and week 18.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, the whole season.
So he was somebody that was highly, highly efficient for the Cardinals. Second-round pick out of Colorado State. He dominated the Senior Bowl the year. Might have been the first year that we started going down to Mobile, and nobody really knew who he was then. They certainly did by the time he left Mobile, so credit to them. And
he is 221 receptions in his first 3 years. That's the most by a tight end in NFL history in their first 3 years. Yeah. And then only 3 tight ends are ahead of him during the last 3 years. And his big names, it's Travis Kelce, Evan Ingram, and T.J. Hawkinson. So, you want to talk about a guy who's worth the money, it's McBride.
Yeah, you mentioned the tight end position, and more than any running back, I hate this. Don't say it out loud, but the tight end has kind of taken over what production you used to want to get from the running back. And I've seen it's different production, but I'm just saying tight ends are valued more. Now, do I agree with it? Not necessarily, because you can see a Saquon Barkley, a Josh Jacobs, somebody that can completely change your team, the dynamic of your team. Look at like Jahmyr Gibbs and what he did for the Lions. A lot of people hated that pick. And all he's done is be like a difference maker. Now, they got a 2-headed monster there with David Montgomery. I understand that. But there's still a lot of value in running backs. But I do think that personnel-wise and front office-wise, they have kind of flipped the script. Now you're going to pay your tight ends. You're not going to pay your running backs. And Trey McBride might just be the best player you've never heard of in the NFL.
I mean, you could argue, and I might actually argue this, that, tight ends are the best athletes on the field now, the way they're used. I mean, they're as big as
after fullbacks, yeah.
Sure. They're as big as an O-lineman. They got to run like a receiver. You have to learn to
block.
Whoa.
If you want to have that argument, okay, running backs have to do what everybody does, except throw the football. They've got to run it. They've got to catch it. They've got to pass protect. Yep. Nobody else really has to do it because tight ends just catch it, run block, and pass protect. Running back's got to do all the things.
I guess I'm just thinking the size of the tight end.
Chill out.
Running like that. I mean, it's a discussion though. I mean, the modern day
tight end. It is wild now that we're
sitting
here talking it through. Running backs do more than anybody on the field outside of quarterback, and they get paid the least amount.
Yeah. I mean, look, tight end's about to pass them. Trey McBride's essentially the second highest paid running back in the NFL. That number's only going to go up.
So only Saquon?
Yeah, Saquon's at 20. McBride's at 19.
I mean, credit to Trey McBride. Loved him at the Senior Bowl. Dude was one of those guys that would stay 35 minutes after practice and work on all the little things, and certainly paying off for him. And, again, now the highest paid tight end in the NFL. All right, we will step away for one final time here. Going to end the show with Ask the Bench, and we'll do it right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
Go to trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com. If you are one of the lucky ones that is able to have Trash Rangers in your area, what are you doing? Take full advantage of it. It is without a doubt the best that is out there. So many different reasons why. I mean, the days that they're going to pick up, they're not going to miss, like a holiday. They're just going to move their schedule around to make sure that you have your pickup. We talk about the reminders. How many times you've been running out the door, you're trying to get to work, you're like, man, I forgot to put out the trash. I don't have time to stop and do it. And then all of a sudden, man, it causes a situation at the house. That's the last thing that you want with Trash Rangers. You don't forget because they remind you. That's residential and commercial service, by the way. You can go to trashrangers.com, bottom of the website, to show you if you are able to have them with your trash service. Also, roll-off dumpsters, 3 different sizes to choose from. Call them today, 225-363-9053.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life, so why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need, the Sunshine Team can help you do just that. Check out our current promotions
and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Baton Rouge is home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1, Foo Fighters, Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, Pearl Jam, and the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Cowboy. Welcome to the 7th ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Well, I'm packing up my game and I'ma head out west where real women come equipped with scripts and fake press.
All right, welcome back in OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. T-Bob is back from his haircut.
Don't you love it?
What's up, T-Bob?
Crazy haircut.
No, I decided last minute. I got here 45 minutes late, and I was like, I'll come say hey to everybody. And he's not here, and I was like, where is he? Haircut.
Yeah.
Also,
because he doesn't have a show that he has to do at 9:30.
He actually made the appointment.
Yeah. Oh no, Rivers, he's done this plenty of times.
Yeah, his
this
haircut's
is not
at
a one-off.
9:30.
What? Oh, maybe he has to be at Rouse's right after? No. Okay.
We have a
We have
rehearsal for the gala at 11.
Oh, he's got to get that fresh cut for the gala. That's what it is.
I mean, you could probably go.
At 10.
Look, my guy's got great hair. He will look the exact same when I see him at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, every time
That's
he gets
true.
a haircut,
And he'll be like, I got a
doesn't
haircut.
look
I'm like,
different.
no,
He's
you
like,
didn't.
yeah, he's like, guys, look at my haircut.
I know, I'm like,
did
they
the
look the
scissors,
same.
was he standing too far
That's
away?
a good thing, I
Like,
guess. I mean, it always looks consistent. I don't know.
Also feel like getting out in front of this. This is the first time I've seen myself since about 5 a.m. So it's a tough look for me. I had to teach a class this morning, and then I had to go do prayers for the people with my kids at chapel.
Okay, I love that.
And here we are. A lot of things this morning. I've
The
lived a
lights are
whole
harsh.
life.
The lights are very
The
harsh.
lights aren't great.
No.
What's happening?
I've hated the lights
hate
here
the lights
forever.
in here.
Can't we control them?
I mean, yeah, I can turn them
We can
lower.
also get ones that
We
aren't
get
looking
dimmer?
like they're in like a 1920 Broadway show.
I can't believe T-Bob hasn't cracked one of these lights with a champagne cork yet.
That's
Well.
actually surprising, yeah.
Oh,
There's still
yes.
time.
What?
Ask the
Feels
bench.
good.
I think
Looks
this
a
one's
little
for
This
you.
feels nice. A little mood setter.
Tay-Tay, I think this one's for you. If you have a can of flat NOS that has been sitting in your truck in the sun for a full day, but you have the option to drink a Rockstar energy drink fresh out of the fridge, which do you pick?
Well, you go Rockstar because it's cold, but also, like, if that NOS has been in the sun, That's free
Nos.
gas
You
for
look
me. I'm
tiny.
pouring that.
That
I'm pouring
nos,
that
bro.
straight into the tank as free gas because it'll probably run at that point.
You look so small.
I know. This chair's the worst.
Well, I put it there because T-Bob's so tall.
I know. And then I sit here and Jake looks like a giant.
Yeah.
So many of these I can't ask.
Hmm.
Ask the bench, was that really Joe Dirt's sister? No, I don't think so, right? They figured out it was not his sister in the movie?
Yeah, at the end of it.
Yeah. You seen Joe Dirt
I
before?
have. I'm not T-Bob. Look, I've seen movies. Just
Sure, T-Bob's never
just
seen
assume that I've seen it. Yes.
Ask the bench, is Nickelback a good band?
Yes,
I think yes. Nickelback was my very first concert by myself that like my parents let me like go out into the wild, like dropped me off and I went by myself in 8th grade. The getting ready to go to that concert, getting my fit ready was like one of the best times of my life, you know,
Bruh.
because you had to look.
So
Good. This is
my
you'll
concert
love
fit.
this because I'm such a big Nickelback fan. First song ever heard by him was Photograph. Absolutely hated it.
Well, yeah. That's not their best work.
No,
Do y'all
but like
remember
I
that
learned to
Vine?
like it over time and then just
That Vine from a long time ago, and he's like, "Look at this graph," and there's like literally a graph.
A graph?
Ask the bench, is Rivers already eyeing a new baseball coach for
Lamonis on the
Mississippi
hot
State?
seat.
Yeah, I mean probably.
I would say
I
so.
think that he got saved last year with like a pitching coach change. And so I think that like that gave him another year to kind of get it together, but it's not looking together. It's not looking great, Bob.
1-8 in SEC play.
It's not great. Not great, Bob.
Not alone though. Texas A&M, Florida,
And
and South Carolina all 1-8.
And you know what? It's kind of one of those things. It's like one of those Joe Moorhead type things where,
Ooh,
as
Joe
a
Moorhead.
but as a human, such a great guy. Love him. Like person to person, oh my gosh, he's great. But like, you know, it's your job. We need you to win.
Yeah. I would
at that
say,
place?
as
One
an
of those things where you
outsider
sta-
looking
you
in,
feel a little bad though because he's such a nice guy
Yeah.
that you're like, oh, that's a bummer.
Would you say
it's
that's
not
that's the
working."
most important sport at
For
Mississippi State baseball?
Yes, 100%. Because even though we weren't winning a lot of national championships, we were always in Omaha. We were always at the top of the list. Like, we are not anymore, and that is
So you
really
think
sad.
the championship run that he went on is kind of ended if he doesn't
Oh,
turn
I
it
think so.
around?
And, but if you really think about it now, like a lot of those players towards the were at the end of their career, you know, at Mississippi State, a lot of them were recruited by Andy.
Yeah.
So it was kind of one of those things where people were like, okay, is this because of Andy's recruits or is this a Lamonis thing? And now I think we're
It's a
seeing
mixture of both, probably.
It could be a little bit of both, but like I think we're seeing that maybe it was a little more Andy than not.
Yeah. As the bench, favorite fried seafood?
shrimp.
Shrimp?
for
Shrimp.
sure.
Yeah, fried shrimp, yeah.
Real quick, as an outsider looking in, I would say Lamonis is firmly on the hot seat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been on the hot seat for like,
2 years.
I don't, you know.
All right. We'll see y'all next week. Holla.
Off the bench.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.